My next turn now.
Well, if it's until the end of your turn currently, isn't he still dazed?
Yeah, he's dazed right now, yeah.
That sucks. Okay.
So he's gonna move right back to beside the Sorothian and give him a slap again. With a +4 to attack and damage.
Yeah. God, it's not a lot. These are very good rolls for him. You can again tell that there's no strength, no skill behind these attacks, and even though it tinks off armor, it barely even leaves a scratch. +4. Okay. Yeah.
I'll leave it there for now.
I kind of whisper, Warren, I don't know what's going on here, but this does not seem very good.
Is it a golden one that tipped you off to us?
We are constantly appraised of the movements of the Ka's enemies. Which nation do you fight for? High Helm has fallen. The Orderlands have no business further. Your king is dead.
Never stood for High Helm. It's stuck in the same loop all of you been stuck in for years. I'm not part of this war between your two nations. I'm here to stop what you tried to stop when you sold out kids 10 years ago.
He says, I don't understand. Then you fight for the Bravelands.
No, the Bravelands don't know what they're doing either. They're hungry for their next fight. The next thing they could get their hands on. They're just as bad as the rest of you.
Then who? He puts the sword like down to the earth. You can tell that he's really struggling. He's not gonna survive this fight, and he's getting fairly resigned to that fact already. And just like makes eye contact with you, like just wanting to know who has stood upon him in his final hours.
Long ago, there was someone who brought the Ka from their home here and forced them to live in this realm, seeking forever to have their unity back. I fight to stop the nightmares he's created. I fight for the end of all of this. So, I guess my own kingdom and my own people. I fight for the people who are sick of war.
The man, his face mask broken slightly right, he says, we are all sick of war, but it's inevitable.
No, it's fucking
unity.
not. We're just gonna take a regular sword swing at this guy.
Okay.
It also hits the Sorothian.
It's pretty good. His armor does lash out against you, or it would if I could actually like see my tokens at the bottom of the screen here. But it's pathetic almost. It's not nearly capable. Man, is that 15 force damage with your +5 sword?
Yeah, it's not a good attack.
Okay, just checking.
My +6
sword and slime.
Yeah, the old cantrip basics.
In addition, when the armor again tries to like spike out at you, you can tell that like even that is on its sort of its last legs. It was never designed for long-term battle like this. Looks impressive in short bursts, but much like Phantom himself, not truly designed for battle.
Yeah. Unity's not the end, you know. The second that creature gets tired of the games you're playing, He'll come back and rip that nation back out again unless someone stops him.
Did you say that creature?
Yeah.
Fanda looks at you with genuine confusion and says, "What creature?"
The one the one that your golden path is so afraid of, I bet. The one I bet he's seen in his visions, he's seen in his futures, one he's tried to stop. Well, they probably didn't tell you about that, did they?
There is a look of both genuine, like, again, fear and alarm, and you can tell that he sort of, like, looks back towards him where the ledge just tumbles off down into, dozens of stories to the stone ground below, where many of the other granite guards are already leaving the city. Before we jump into Morgane's turn, we're taking a quick 3-minute break here, actually, just a moment, guys.
Okay.
See you guys at half an hour.
Sounds good.
I feel bad for this guy.
Yeah.
He's been set up.
Is anyone concerned that the Sorothian is A, taking damage, and B, not taking a lot of it?
Yeah. Because that means, well, it means a lot of things. For instance, whatever model the Forged he teleported to before, this is a new one.
Uh-huh.
The old one had about 40 hit points.
It's actually just a painted pillar, and we're all just stupid.
It's like just like a wooden doll. I'm more worried about downstairs right now, to be honest.
I'm very worried about downstairs. I wish there was a way, I wish we had time to, interrogate Fandon. Because, we don't. Even if we didn't kill him, we don't have time for the steps that come after. Also, the warfare roll I had and the perception roll I had secretly are that the rest of the guards around the city seem to be leaving. So either this guy is stalling or he's been abandoned and left for dead by the Ka. One of the two. Poor guy.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello. I got a
We were
feeling this
talking-
is going to be like a full session combat, guys.
We were just talking about how we felt bad for Fandon.
Don't feel bad for Fandon.
This is okay, so these people came in and stole his kingdom, then he wanted to take revenge, and they just showed up out of fucking nowhere, and I don't know, he stabbed one of them, then they went away, then they reappeared again, now they're beating me up, stop it.
They're beating me up and telling me my life is a lie.
He is happy to be fulfilling his purpose.
Yeah, I think Warren definitely would understand that, especially the Elven thing. To die in battle standing for your kingdom is, a death people dream of. He won't go with any regret. But, man, it still sucks.
He has 12 hit points.
Can you
Yeah.
repost the hit counter for bottom?
Yeah. And those numbers are both going to each go up by 1 as soon as they start their turn adjacent to you, I believe.
Yes.
even if we could get out from here, the top row would take a long time to get down there.
Oh yeah, I'm not planning on top row help. I'm just trying to keep some people alive.
Hey, welcome
Yeah.
back, Ash.
You guys have the real fight down there. I mean, we might have one soon too, but
Morgaine, feeling the loss of your other 3 companions, you sort of see these two, the Astral Knight and the one that is covered in like weird, gory blood, race past you towards your more vulnerable companions.
How many people did you sell out, Oathbreakers? How many people were powerless to stop you? Well, you didn't answer to them, but you have to answer to me. And he's gonna shift one.
Oh my god!
Roll again.
Yup.
sick crit, man.
Sick crit draw.
Oh, there's
9 damage.
hell yeah.
But there, each is pulled 2 squares to be adjacent to me. And every one hit is marked.
Jesus.
Stay in your home.
Cool.
Just a second. Minor is to
Slap a Brazzers
sustain.
logo on there, buddy.
And then can I get their hit count, please?
Just updating it in that moment.
My apologies for being really stickler
Nope,
on
totally okay.
this. So Verdant is at 1,
Yeah.
Sanguine is at 1. Good.
The Molten is stunned.
I
We're-
am going
Okay.
to. Let me just double check. So this is Blast 3. Can I do this?
Ash, when I get ice cream.
No, the other.
Question. So Blast emanates and starts from a point.
Mm-hmm.
Can I hit Verdant and the Blood guy with a blast if I use the corner of my left bottom square?
Sure.
Okay. Because I'm going to use my hero point.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Ah, darn it.
Oh.
That is not successful to either of them.
But they still take half damage.
Can I use something?
Yeah.
This?
I think you would be within 5 squares, right?
5, 10.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Disregard. Jesus, 21 damage. Yeah, there's that moment where you sort of see Morgaine about to miss with his powerful fortress smash, and you just sort of guide him on a reality that's more convenient for all of you.
Excellent.
Morgaine, you see that your left foot is out of position, and you have an opportunity to sort of like redo over it, and your attack is not expended.
What is the damage to?
The Sanguine.
To the one that you were targeting specifically, but in this case it doesn't matter because they all share a health bar.
Well, it's for the hit count.
Oh,
Right.
I guess it's whichever one you were targeting. I guess.
I was targeting both. That's a problem. So I think it would be up to Galadrin.
Okay, I'll choose the.
Oh, he
virgin
said
one then.
Sanguine. Never mind. He said Sanguine.
Okay.
That was the closest one to me.
Okay.
And
Fantastic.
that was my hero point action, so that's my turn.
Got
So
it.
does that put Verdant at? Okay, so
Verdant is at 1, but he's going to go to 3 due to status
And is it
effects at the beginning of
correct?
his turn.
yes, so it's Astral, and it's Astral that we're worried about.
Yeah, Astral's the only one that won't get stunned at the
Wait,
beginning of the turn.
Verdant's at 2 though.
No, I was mistaken. Verdant's
Ver-
at 1. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
Verdant's
It
at
will be
1.
at 2 at the start of its turn here.
Yeah, so Verdant does have to get hit. Because
Yeah,
you take
but
that-
we have
You had
two.
counter
We have
those
two.
guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have 2 status. Oh, so was Verdant at 0? I thought we hit him.
It was at 1, and then you hit him with your fortress smash, and that brought him to 2.
Okay, and then
Oh,
the
so
hunger.
it still uses it?
Oh yeah, you miss and did half damage, but you get to keep the attack.
Oh, sweet. So, and then okay, sweet. Okay, that still works.
All
that
right,
works
so
really,
Verdant will take the damage from. So we're worried about Astral then.
yeah. So Verdant will take the damage from both the Hoder, and will also take the damage from Morgaine's Inner Fire. So he should actually technically go up to 4 at the beginning of his turn.
So
It
we just
doesn't
have to
go higher
whack.
than
I just have to
3.
whack Astral once.
Once they're stunned, it just resets at the start of its turn. 3 is the max.
Okay. Let's see. We know their it's really high. Anyone noted anything about their stats? No, you know what? Let's just go for a psychic attack. So targeting the Astral Knight, seeing all of the enemies kind of surround Morgaine in this circular pattern,
Against their will.
Against their will. But Morgaine is still in the middle of 4 different enemies. Kyvius attempts to even the odds by starting to duplicate himself. And all of a sudden, from Kyvius, they just burst everywhere, running around the field all over again, firing Eldritch Blasts, making noise, say, come over here. And with his eye, he turns, and it begins to glow, and he looks at the Astral Knight, his Psychic Assault, trying to almost make the illusory Kyvius's damage real.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm going to select my token. I've got to press the button. I'm going to hope that I roll really good. And I do not roll really good. I roll terrible.
No, regretfully, the well-trained military mind of these soldiers is able to recognize the illusion when they see it. Although it is nice to imagine like dozens of Kyviuses like dancing around and mocking them regardless.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I've got nothing before his turn. There's nothing minor. The only thing minor I could... Well, maybe if I... Let's see. Is there any way to hit him before he just destroys us? Well, wait, he's only got 1.
But he's been attacked by multiple people.
Yeah,
He's been
okay.
attacked by multiple sources,
Yeah,
so he still has
okay.
his big attack that he
So
can
we're
use.
just gonna... Yep.
Gotta hit him 3 times. Deal damage 3 times.
I'm just gonna
Fuck.
dip over here a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my turn.
You could get around that by like focusing just one of them exclusively, but
Yeah, the
It's
rest of
hard
them
to
are
do with
the
AoE
rest of them are
group.
taken care of. Yeah. Oh, I guess if I never would have attacked him, it never would have gone off. Like that
Right.
would have worked as well, just
Yeah.
as well. We don't have to get them all stunned. We just have to prevent them from. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think of this
don't deal
correctly.
sources of damage to a single target twice on your turn. Once is fine. 3 times is fine. 3 or more times is fine. Just don't hit that magic number 2.
Right.
Attack
Right.
him twice and only do damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you're gonna
Which
go
is-
for it, don't miss.
Which is unfortunate because I was hoping you'd hit it once.
That's all I needed. And
Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
The Verdant Sentinel is stunned, but takes some damage from the AoE at the start of his turn.
2d8. 9 damage.
Oops, that was too many.
Made me feel good though.
I know why I was adding your raises together, and I did minus 20 as opposed to minus 19 or minus 17 rather. Fantastic. He's no longer stunned. Resets back to 0. Molten Sentinel also still stunned.
It's a good turn.
Pink.
You get
And
one
pink
more.
on the bloody
Yeah,
one.
there we go. 8. I don't know why I'm clicking on specific guys. They all have the same health bar.
And then Astral also gets one, which is bad for us.
Bad for you guys. With the exceptional amount of damage that these creatures are sustaining. You can tell that they are trying to channel their energy wherever they can. And in this particular case, the Astral Sentinel, who is the only one that is really has an opportunity to do anything, raises his beacon-like sword high and slams it down, and a nova of just bright white light explodes, catching all three of you. But I don't think 17 actually hit you for it.
Nope.
No! Oh my god!
Huge
I wasn't
explosion
hit
of
by
white light, but you managed to get yourself away from that. He is going to try to move away.
Damn it.
Hell yeah.
Wait,
Can
which
you make
one of those
opportunity?
first?
Sorry?
Nothing.
I didn't get blinded. Oh wait, no, my first one, it double rolled. I crit.
Oh,
I thought you couldn't make opportunity attacks in your stance, though.
No, I can.
yeah, no, of course he
stance,
can.
My stance needs me to be able to make opportunity attacks. So if I'm blinded
otherwise
or something or a status effect, I couldn't make that anymore. But because I can, it happens. So he takes
24.
4 damage.
Fucking max damage twice on a crit. Could you narrate that for me? Because that's pretty big.
So as he brings down his pillar of light on Morgaine, he quickly tries to get the opportunity to turn around and flee. But in that pillar, Morgaine's one eye sort of illuminates, sort of showing his figure, and his heavy blade just slices through it and just buries into his shoulder, bringing him back to his back foot and landing him right where he started.
Incredible. All four of the men sort of regain themselves after this incredible assault that they have sustained. And Galadriel, it is your turn.
Muted.
I'm gonna move
Please
here.
say it.
Oh, also, that last attack brought them all to bloodied, which resets any conditions on them, but they didn't have any, so you're never mind.
Well, you're accidentally doing this great.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm gonna just give Kyvius a basic attack, and just
That's nice of you.
pat him on the head before I run away.
Since Verdant's gonna get hit anyway, we're gonna go for Verdant.
Bow, bow, bow. I like this music. It's very somber.
It is very somber. But it's also like, it's like trudging on enough that like it's like also there's a little this tension. Oh, 20 this
Yeah.
time.
Change. Does he get a bonus his damage roll as the basic attack, or just an auto
No,
attack?
just
Okay.
a basic attack.
20 is still pretty good. Phantom produces from the inside of his cloak a vial of poison and drenches the blade with it. And you recognize the idea immediately, Warren, as the blade is brought towards you. But again, it's a slow, clumsy attack. I don't know why it double rolled there. An 8 versus your fortitude as you are splattered with this venom. That it's something that it's just so far beneath you. This might kill a frail old man, but not someone like you.
Why? What was your goal? You had the respect of Keo fucking Vossen. You had people that believed in you for this nation. What was your goal for turning it over? What did you hope for?
My former commander, Kyo, was weak, easily fooled. Unlike the Ka.
She is easily fooled. Alright, that's fair. She's not weak, though.
It's not about following a path of strength. It's about following the path of the least bloodshed. And this is it. You'll learn that in time. High Helm has fallen. You committing violence here has no purpose, no greater goal. So why?
High Helm has fallen, but in its place is something a lot bigger, a lot better. And we need your rock to make it work.
What do you mean? This place is ruins.
Warren,
It is.
There is nowhere that the Ka will not find you.
They also see the future, you know. They know all things. They have the best plan. A lot of holes in that, I think.
He shakes his head. There is no failure. No
At what-
errors in judgment.
at what cost, Fandon?
The
So-
fewest lives lost.
It was part of their plan for me to be turned over by you at 10 years old, lose my arm, and come back and kill you? The
I
people I
cannot
work
speak
for.
for the speaker.
And even you have to understand that all the copies are just being used by your leaders, right? We're all guilty. We're all just playing a game for something bigger than all of us.
Of course, I am no king, but I have been put on the throne to masquerade as one. We are all pieces, and in that we agree. But eventually, the way of life that comes from all of this, those who survive and those who die, has already been written. And your struggle against it only causes more devastation. You are, at best, a temporary delay. Zygar, it's your turn.
Fandon, you said it yourself. Why do we continue this violence? It's not too late for you to stop right now. There's no need for this to end this way.
There is. High Helm has fallen.
Yes, it's already fallen.
Gravelands will follow suit. There is nowhere left.
Why do you need to continue this path of violence right now in front of us? What purpose do you possibly have to continue this?
Join the Ka or die. And it's not a statement to you, it's just him restating their mentality.
As he's mid-sentence, I fire 2 arrows.
Okay. The first one hits, and that is enough. You see the arrow flying straight and true towards the traitor king, former slave, and as the arrow hits the outstretched hand of the Sorothian, who snaps it out immediately. The wood shatters against the metal as you see the shape begin to change. And although General Fandon hits the ground and collapses, shattered with chunks of arrow against his face, you know that he is still alive. And you watch as the shape before you begins to twist and shift and snap as the joints begin to move. It needs to be on the initiative order twice.
Oh no, he can fly.
Plus 17 initiative. That's a good number.
Eerie and just so you know, the two of us got, or I guess, yeah, the two of us got moved somehow.
We're just at the bottom. We already went.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, no, we haven't.
No way, we haven't. Saigar goes first. Saigar
Yeah.
goes first, and then it's Eerie, then it's me.
Scammed.
Some
I mean, he can
bullshit.
take a turn if he wants.
Okay. I'll put Saigar here at 36.
Okay.
There we go. That'll solve the problem. And
But you
as
dropped Warren.
Initiative trackers are weird.
Makes
It's
me
fine.
37 minutes.
War can go
It's
ahead of
okay.
me anyway.
Yeah.
nuh-uh. And as the hand snaps out, you can hear the deep, gravelly, echoey voice of the Sorothian simply say to you, "Let him live."
I had no intent of killing him.
Is this what you want to be a part of?
He gaze sweeps around, looking, and says, "I appreciate you telling my associate. I remember now. The children chosen by the prophet. You should know that bringing you to the Ka was no small task, and your departure created years of political uprisings. Had all of you simply died, it would have prevented the deaths of hundreds more who witnessed that Tiefling Knight's arrival and demands and tried to escape like you. Oh, my music's not working. Oh,
is.
no! Is it working for you guys?
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, it's going.
Okay.
Yep.
It's not working for me. I apologize. If it's too loud, you'll have to adjust. And from the ground, Fandon is just gurgling and gargling, his mask shattered, and splinters of arrows all over him.
Oh, sorry, Steel. I actually didn't move yet in my turn, but it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead, move real quick.
Yeah, there's the problem though. They tried to escape because they had some belief in what you stood for. Just like this general tried to be somebody. But he was set up. His life a sham, a lie.
His life was valuable.
Isn't it still valuable?
Of course, all lives are valuable in the Ka. His especially, though. It took the worst of your attacks that would have been meant for me. I recognize some of you. This is twice we have crossed paths now in only a fortnight. But it's like he said, trespassers. The king is dead, although I expect you know this already to be true. So why are you continuing to struggle?
I guess we're both gonna have a lot of questions today. I reach out, or I guess I take a partial. I take a 5-foot step back, and I reach out with the ageless antenna, trying to focus the acid in it to melt parts of the Sorothian. Ooh, not good.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna. There we go. Man, this sword is good.
Fuck yeah, it is. Jesus, when you use intervene, oh my God, that's. Yeah,
That second part probably won't come up.
You begin to just dissolve him with acid, and he is especially vulnerable to this. And as it raises its hand to try to shield itself from this, he says, "Well, I had no intention of fighting you. Wouldn't be fair. You can die, I cannot. But if
You
this is
took
the
my
way
line.
of things, then, and he reaches towards his back and then looks at you, Warren, and says, "Give me the sword you're not using. I require one. This body is unprepared."
I don't think we want to make this that kind of thing, Warren.
I would trust anyone but Warren.
Warren, don't do it.
One condition. To make it fun and interesting.
There's nothing fun about this, Warren.
You can't hurt them.
Agreed, he says.
I throw him the Skidet blade.
Okay. Catches it out of the air. Eerie, it's your turn.
Fuck!
Throw
God
him off the
damn it,
fucking
Wild.
roof.
You can throw him. I'm trying to let his guard down.
No. As he is going to be reaching up from the sword, from Duplicate Eerie,
Oh, please.
a big old wave of purplish concussive force rings through the ground, and he rocks it through the Sorothian, shaking him to his core.
Hell yeah.
And I am boop.
Whoa!
Oh!
Crit!
Well, that'll hit.
There's a problem with that, because as you stretch out to, like, reach out towards his mind, you watch immediately as the Sorothian's face blanks for a quick second, as his consciousness is miles away, and then it comes back a second later.
Yeah, when we were kids, he was immune to psychic damage.
And he is not affected by any part of your power, Eerie.
Hang on.
There is no mind there as you send out your powerful blast, and I'm so sorry.
It's okay. There's a Limerot going on.
I don't think it'll make a difference.
I mean, he'd have to re-roll it,
That's true.
because I can use it on any roll, right?
That's true. Yep. There's a Limerot.
I thought he was gonna do the thing like where the Sorothian's mind exit and be like, "Oh no, will save, bye."
Oh man, he succeeds on a low roll.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
So fast.
Oh no, my attack is whiffed, and I should surely be miffed. But that shall not be, as by my decree, I shall cause my own fate to shift.
There's the moment, right, where like you just launch out with this extremely powerful mental attack, and Fenda's like, "Ha!" It's like, his consciousness is gone for a split second, and then he comes back just a little bit too early because he can hear his opponent reciting poetry, and that, unfortunately, is his grand downfall. He is stunned. Save ends.
And, is that a nat 1?
On the reroll.
It sure is. It buys you a moment of time, Eerie, as you see that, like it's an incredible blast towards your opponent, and it shuts him down for an instant, but he recovers very, very quickly. Morgane.
Totals?
I think they're all.
They're all
No,
zero,
Cavius
right?
hit him once, I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
Viridian one. Okay. So that means Viridian 1, 2, so I don't have to worry about Viridian.
He gets to save at the start of each of his turns, or at the end of each of his turns, rather. So he was stunned for one round,
Yeah, he was stunned for...
for one turn.
Yeah. Because he has 2 turns. Bosses cheat.
Green is going to be stunned regardless. Morgane's ability plus
Yeah.
Hadar.
That's what, I'm just calculating out here. So I am going. I'm sorry.
It's full
You
team.
put math. Morgaine is going to... First off, he's going to use his minor to sustain, his move to a minor, and urging these on to continue their fight against him. He's going to let out a large shout with his next attack, marking each of the enemies.
Oh my god.
And then he is going to do his... Yeah, he will do a Fortress Smash on the Sanguine and Inferno.
Uh, 21 does not hit the AC.
Oh.
Darn it.
Guess which one?
That would have been the Inferno and Sanguine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And I guess I'll give myself the AC from the attack.
Yeah, it's so incredibly difficult to knock these creatures off balance just because, again, they probably weigh about 2 tons apiece because they tower high over you in this massive elementally charged granite armor.
They take half damage from that attack, so only 4.
Yes, I did that.
And that's his turn.
You said Sanguine and Verdant?
Yes.
Got it.
Oh, pardon me, Sanguine and... Because it's a burst, so it had to be the Inferno and Sanguine. So the 2
Got
below
it.
me.
Okay, got it. Kyvius.
Okay, so I feel like the safest thing to do is just chip them down and not attack any of the others. I'm looking to see if Kaz is nodding or not, but he's not. He's not giving me any clues.
Oh no. Let me reload for you. I don't think.
No. I could see you. I was watching your face to see if my thinking out loud was correct. That I shouldn't go for, because I can't hit twice anyway, so it's pointless. So we're just gonna focus on damage then. So what I've been forgetting to do, well, I get to roll an additional attack for my minor. So we're gonna hit green again. 20 versus fort.
No.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, I'm sorry. No, yeah, it is not. It is a miss. Look at General Fan in there.
Just a reminder, Kyvius. Inner Inferno counts as a hit.
No, I know.
So everything that's at 1 gets to 2 on the start of their turn.
Right, but it's 2 by the same person. Right.
No. If they take
no.
3 sources of damage, they are stunned.
That's never been
Right,
the case.
3 sources of damage, but if they're attacked by 2 separate people,
Yeah.
For people, then it allows them to do their.
then it
big
allows
things.
them.
Yeah,
So in other
if
words,
you spread around your damage, then it gives them the opportunity to do the big stuff.
right.
So if you spread it around, you have to hit them 3 times.
So exactly. So I can aim for one of them, and they'll definitely bump to 3. You're right. But if I miss, they'll bump to 2, and I've just triggered their ability to use their ultimate.
Okay, you know better than I do.
I like the fact that your mouth doesn't move while you say this. It really cements that you have transcended strategy.
Well, am I frozen on everyone else's screen? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's really good though.
Sorry. My camera keeps disconnecting for some reason.
It's cool.
Everything's fucked.
You should try to make silly faces when your camera reconnects to try to catch you in a really great moment. Hewitt agrees.
Now I just have to hold this until it stops transmitting. Wait, I've got to do stuff though. Okay, so that missed. So I am going to attack. I'm going to attack green again.
Okay.
Kyvius is going to open up his hand, and those blue flaming chains are going to fly out and start to wrap themselves around Verdant's limbs. That's 18 versus reflex?
That does hit.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So he takes 18 fire damage and a -5 to attack rolls until the end of my next turn.
Good.
Then we are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, just to get my little bonus, and end my turn.
Oh, and I'm gonna roll. I keep forgetting Steel. Sorry, take the first one. Okay, I failed that. It's my ongoing fire. I still have.
The Cerothian like catches the blade in midair, looks at it, sort of feels the weight for a split second, secretly modifies all of his attacks to have +2 attack and damage because it's a magic weapon, and looks at you, Warren, and then to Eerie, and then to Saigar, and says, "Today marks either the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning. And I know that it's the custom of your people to write the names of the dead in the etchlands around the city. And I want you to know that I would do the same for you. But it's pointless. Soon it will not be soil, but sand. And in the sand, your memories, your importance is impermanent." And he moves towards you so fucking quick, Warren.
Unfortunately, I've been training to fight just the Sorothian my whole life.
Yes. 22 does not hit your AC, and you bring your fucking cool adamantine blade, and he spins it around and catches you from the side simultaneously. Does 27 hit your AC?
It would.
It would, except...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except I
sparks go firing off, like the first parry that you make, and then the second one is you watch like the Skedet blade like chip a little bit against the purely astrally projected one that you now have in your hand. And if a Warforged was capable of showing emotion, which you know that they can't, but you've hung it with Morgaine long enough that you've learned to like project emotions onto them, you can definitely tell that there would be like impressed on his face.
As I put go for it.
No, please.
I was gonna say, as I push back the blade, Warren just through the grit. Do you know of any way to disconnect Forge stuck in your web?
Again, no expression, but says, "It's not my choice. I go where I'm sent."
I thought that was the case. Well, I'm trying to kill you. And then it moves to the other people.
So I think this is right. The verdant one again, the healer of the group is completely unable to move. The molten one has been attacked twice, I believe.
Will be attacked twice
At
by
the start
only
of his
me.
turn. Yeah, only by Morgaine.
Morgaine can choose not to.
No, as long as I'm sustaining.
Oh, it has to. Okay. Cool. Then yeah, go ahead and give me that attack roll then.
Done.
Oof.
It was a whole 2
damage. Yeah, just like before, there's enough just heat now pouring off of this thing that it. Hang on.
I'm the only one that hit them.
Yep. I have not hit... No one else but Morgaine has hit him.
That is true. I'm just counting squares to Gladrian. Nope. It turns and just like fires the flamethrower towards you. Pretty sure that misses though.
Yeah. I think as he turns in, Morgaine steps into him and just pushes his shield up against the flamethrower, and it just sort of like flows out from that point, not having an opportunity to spread.
I love it. It still superheats your body. There is no way to just like dodge out of the way of this, and you do still take 5 points of ongoing fire damage until the end of your next turn. Like,
because I'm still taking the current 5.
It does not stack.
Okay. It's just been negated by my temp HP.
Yes. Same thing with the Sanguine. Has that moment where it's able to fight you. I think this is only one attack against it as well.
Yeah. And I'm the only one that's hit it.
Yeah, that's true. It's the Astral one who can go twice. Again, just launches an attack as strong as it possibly can, brings down the weapon with the intent to maim. I hope that fucking hits you.
Yeah. That hits me.
Rolling a fucking 18, my god. You can feel your will being sapped away from just the pure force of this, and you cannot gain temporary hit points until you make a saving throw.
The Morgaine counter!
Yeah,
no!
Yeah, okay. Now I'm panicking. I wasn't panicking before, now I'm panicking.
I need to... So, I take... Okay, that's easy math.
Then the Astral one has a moment as well, and you're able to give that a bit of a slip slap punch as well.
Slip slap bit bap.
1 damage. It does like slam down the sword again, and there is that huge explosive burst of radiant energy hitting all 3 of you. I guess 25, I'm sure hits everybody's fort, including Morgane.
Uh-oh.
And you are all just completely awash in this white radiant light as you can just feel it singeing your retinas, including you, Kyvius.
Oh, so wait, that's not his ultimate?
That's his when it's been attacked by 2 different targets, yeah.
2 different.
But he hasn't been.
He hasn't been.
I think
He was not
attacked.
The
I've
only
only
thing
been attacking
Kyvius
green.
has been attacking is Verdant,
Ah.
and Galadrin hasn't been attacking anything.
Ah.
He's been
Yeah,
supporting.
we've
Then
been
thank you
strategic.
Thank you for doing that. Then it's 25 versus AC towards Galadrin and Kyvius instead.
Oh, that hits.
Oh no, shit! No, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was did
within
it wrong.
melee.
I'm sorry. It's just against Morgane. My apologies.
That
His
misses.
melee range is 5, but Glad is just out.
Ooh.
Yeah. Does that hit
Your
you?
biscuits.
No. Misses by
Fuck
1.
off!
Steel, you can't
as the
complain
Sanguine
about
gets,
problems
like-
you've made.
As the Sanguine sort of pierces Morgane's armor a little bit, he swings his sword around to also bash him. He's, excuse me.
And now his attack goes off.
No.
You don't get to run away while I'm doing flavor.
He's trying to sneak away. God, they're not doing so hot, guys.
So
Hell.
is everybody at 0 now besides Astral? Or
No,
is
they're
that
at,
Astral?
everyone
Fire's at
should be
2.
at 2 except for Verdant. Verdant will be
Well,
reset on his
it's at
turn.
the end of their turn, and they haven't taken any damage since the end of their turns. They are all at 0 now.
Okay. I'm going to first use Break a Leg
Okay.
towards Morgane as a minor action.
Oh God, is that literal? Like you call back to a time when young Morgane just like tripped and sprained his ankle?
No.
And you're like, letter and jokes.
Well.
As he cringes and be like, why did I step in that hole?
You do need to try a little bit when I help you out.
Busy.
Yeah.
Fair. And then I'll
Galadriel, you are just like you are the maestro of the orchestra, but Morgane just plays like the bass tuba.
And then I'll use Rondo of the Fierce on the Astral Sentinel, but it'll miss.
It will regretfully no. They are already fairly coated in enchantment. These 4 that have sort of the King's Royal Guard, and you find it difficult to kind of get in there with your own magic as Morgane is in the thick of it, with blows raining down upon him.
Does that bonus still apply even if you miss, though?
Does not.
Mm-mm.
No. You can see the shape of that big crystalline dragon swimming through the crystal again, just roaring encouragement as best they can. And it changes between like an older man and a younger boy, and just you constantly get the impression that it doesn't really understand what's going on. It only hears Morgane words of, "This is for High Helm. Protect High Helm. Protect their people. You're on the right side." Sigurd, your turn.
Mr. Sorothian,
Mr. Sorothian.
do you
My
keep
father was Mr. Soroti.
do you keep your promises?
Whenever possible.
All right.
All right, arrows.
So keep in mind, I have a +2. I have a +2 to him on my attack rolls. So I'm going
Okay.
to. I hope I coded this correctly. I apologize in advance if I did not.
Just gonna not roll at all.
So does 23 hit his AC? No, that did not code correctly. Still, by the way, that did not code it correctly at all. Those are supposed to be 3x weapon damage.
Cool. It does not.
Okay. How about now?
Yep. Oh, fucking does 27 hit its AC? Yeah, fucking absolutely it does.
And that's basically 3x for each one.
3x?
It's 3x weapon damage. So for each of
So-
those rolls. So I didn't code that correctly, unfortunately.
Well, the only one of them is going to hit. Oh no, I guess
It's 2 attacks.
it should be
It's-
two
it-
attack rolls.
Yeah, you have to make another
Oh.
roll.
Yeah, do you want me to do another roll?
I would
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
another attack roll. Yeah.
Just 1d what?
Just go ahead and hit the power a second time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have the first attack roll be like the 21 versus AC and 13. The second one will be the high attack roll plus whatever your second damage roll is.
Keep in mind, yeah, it'll be the plus
Yeah.
6 then, I guess, right?
That would second one be a miss.
Okay.
The,
So it deals half damage on a miss.
Yeah, so another 5.
No, but keep in mind it's 3x weapon damage though. It's not rolling.
So you
correctly.
So
need to-
you say this. Why is it 3x weapon damage?
That's the power.
Roll
Right, so
6d10.
That's too many.
That's yeah.
Is it too
No,
many?
I don't
No,
think
'cause
you
he needs,
I don't think you do 3d10 damage twice or 3d weapon damage
Oh,
twice.
no, yeah.
It is.
What's
it's
it?
three, it's
Stop.
three, it's,
What's the
it's-
name of the power? What's
Yeah,
the name of the power?
I know the power. It does 3 weapon damage. It's 2 attacks. Each one does 3. So he needs
Well,
just
did
2
you tell
more
us the name of
d10
the
to roll.
power?
I
Attacks on
forget
the
the
run.
name. I just know the
It's called
one.
attacks in the
Yeah.
run.
What is it
So
called?
I
What is
just
it called?
literally
What is the
attacks
power
on
called?
the run.
Attacks on the run.
Yes. It's like the ranger staple ability.
Okay.
Why does it keep saying Thrishula? That's weird. Oh,
Okay.
that's why.
Yeah, you are correct.
He just needs 4 d10. Well, 2 d10 and then 2 more d10.
I'm just gonna fix the attack power real quick, Ash, because it'll take me 2 seconds. You can roll
Sure.
again from scratch. Okay.
Okay. Can I keep my first attack roll though?
No, but you can go ahead and keep your reroll power if you need it.
Yeah. So it's just starting from scratch.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, sorry about that. I think I coded it incorrectly.
That's a lot of damage.
So you didn't, which is the thing. Hey, stop moving your things for a second, okay?
Oh, okay, sorry.
I don't know why it's not working.
It should just be his double arrow, just with increased damage, right?
Yeah, 3x basically.
Yeah, just 3 weapon damage instead of.
Yes, I thought it was 3 dice.
one
and
weapon.
basically, yeah, I coded exactly the same
Yeah.
way.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
Making sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't have a second damage roll in there.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I still don't know why it's saying the wrong power name, but I'll fix that later. No, this is it's
what's-
not. This is not even rolling correctly. Steel. Hold on a second here.
Why isn't it rolling correctly,
You,
Ash?
you rolled the wrong power.
No, it's-
Well,
No.
Look at all the
Where-
stats, right?
so
Yeah,
is,
but that's the power you.
is the one that you are trying to roll the new one that you've added called Always on the Run?
Yes.
Okay, so you rolled completely the wrong power.
Wait, what? How is it? I'm so confused right now.
Look
It's
under
fine.
Founders Keepers.
I got it.
No, I'm really confused. Still, I was rolling the right one.
I know. Just give me a second.
All right. Sorry, guys. I should have done this before the game.
All good.
It's totally cool. Thanks again for your patience, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to the advice of my mama.
It's a really obscure reference. If you get it, I'll be surprised.
I don't.
Nope, not quite.
Almost.
Good job, Warren.
Yeah, fantastic. Didn't know you had it in you.
I think just one
Thank you.
bracket.
Yeah,
was
you're just
missing
missing a
from that.
bracket.
Yeah.
Cool. There you go. You're fixed. Try clicking on the right power. Also, I've ruined your Shula as a result.
That's
So you
fine.
can
We can fix that one
Except
later.
between turns, yeah. So anyway, tell us the advice of your mama. Those
My
are
mama said, always be on the run.
those are some pretty goods.
I can leave. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Well, keep in mind, I'm
think
going to be
you got
moving
this.
kind of like this way while I do it, so.
Wow. Jesus. 52, huh?
Rosie, it's like, can we reconvene
Yeah.
about that deal? I'll give the sword back.
Big woes.
Bro, chill.
Yeah, take it down a notch. Saigar, the 100 arrows that you had fired into the sky in preparation for his arrival, all come falling down at once, and he is buried in arrows, all according to Keikaku. Is your turn over? Because I'd like it to be over, though, actually.
My turn is over.
Oh, boy.
Wait,
Ranges
it's not-
don't do
it's-
enough damage, blah, 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 blah.
It's over. Yeah, it's over. Sorry, go ahead.
Fuck me.
I think. God, I don't have things that hurt. I've used all of those, and I think they've got it covered.
Who's they? He's
got it
immune
covered.
to everything I do.
It's true. Being immune to psychic damage is a little bit of a bummer.
He's not immune to telekinetic stuff.
Warren
He
just
technically is, but I'd allow it.
Warren just brings steps back once more and brings the blade up, cascading the light through it. Instead of a little like arcane sparkle like it usually is, it's sort of like a vibrant, big explosion.
Okay. 22 does hit as well.
That isn't supposed to be force damage, I have to be honest. That's supposed to be psychic damage. So it only dazes him. It probably doesn't hurt him.
That is no, he takes some psychic damage, hang on.
Okay.
17? Yeah, he takes 2.
Nice.
Alright, Eerie, if you can do 15 psychic damage.
Oh, fucking in there.
I
Can you get the
don't
tapestry
think
ready,
I
Eerie?
can.
Eerie, can
Alright.
you just work on that tapestry plan?
It's okay, I have
Oh.
one. I can do things once.
And you got given yourself partial concealment, yeah?
Yes. And Warren does say, and are you happy with being that? Going where you're told to be? Is this new life one you want?
What I want is irrelevant. I know submitting isn't easy. But you are not the first, and you will not be the last. Eerie?
I'm gonna spend my last 2 slides.
Okay. Last 2 slides? Like,
Yeah, last PowerPoints.
oh, okay. I thought you were like, I'm gonna
I
show
get
you
it.
my Christmas vacation.
I mean, that might be just as effective,
Right.
to be fair.
I believe in you, Erie.
And I'm just gonna try and reach out and just trying to pull him, crushing him down into the floor.
Oh, nice.
Maybe he'll get stuck and lose his shoes.
Oh, that'd be sweet. You think
Hey,
I'd be
that's
smart enough?
force.
Think I'd be smart enough to actually like look at what his defenses were.
Is he dazed?
He is
Yeah.
dazed.
So 23.
That does hit.
Holy shit! I did a lot of damage.
You did big
Yeah.
numbos.
23
Whoa.
Yeah.
force damage,
Dang.
and he's
Solid.
immobilized.
That's pretty good.
That's like one whole Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, that's not good.
He got his daily back.
He got his daily back. Fuck.
He spends a hero point to end all conditions
Oh.
on him.
Okay. That's not fair.
And keeping his promise to you, Warren, like despite the look at both Eerie and Saigar, and then also at fake Eerie, very, very confused, he said, I remember other children. Do they still live?
I think you know the answer to that one. If you look at the people around you hard enough.
The girl of the boy I killed. She came to understand in time. And he, once again, moves super, super quick. Fucking 23 does not hit your AC.
No, but he's got another one.
Another one. Wow, my dude. Oh, I'm sorry. These are at. Oh no, I'm sorry. I included the +2 already. A counter shot. Damn. Yeah. As he sweeps towards you, Warren.
I actually didn't mean to roll that. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, it's fine. Okay, well.
Well, they don't. Keep going.
Same thing. Like blade like lunges out twice, and again just parry, and you two are locked in hard combat. And he realizes that he may have actually met a match at this point, but it only takes a moment for things to go south.
Just the most intense focus. The moving with the blade almost at the same time it moves.
Yeah.
The like study of every battle he's ever been in.
Oh, sorry, he's got a minor action now. Hang on, my apologies.
Here it comes. Is he gonna mark someone?
Yeah, actually. Does 34 hit your AC?
Yeah. But you know what's really crazy about taking elemental damage?
Yeah.
Is that
it tickles.
I don't know what it looks like.
I was going to describe.
Yeah, go for it.
From like beneath his cloak, his other hand like just juts out, and a half extended middle finger just hits you right in the ribs, and you can feel all of a sudden just like the constant clockwork gears and things moving through just begins to like superheat and singe you right underneath your lower sternum.
And all of that flame and burning does weaken and singe, but the actual flame is pulled from the air itself into the blade, making the light brighter than it was before.
100%.
Resist 50!
Yep! More gain.
So sustain minor.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is going to turn to the Sanguine and Inferno, and he's going to with a heavy swing is going to he's going to go to the Sanguine and Astral, so that guy right there. Right. And then with a heavy swing he's going to try to drag his blade and slash through the both of them in just a flurry of steel.
Oh my god.
So the Sanguine, it takes 10 damage. I don't gain any resolve.
Oh, but it's a double attack.
And then the Astral takes 12 damage, and they're both marked.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
On this,
And then Morgaine is
as
going
the sword
to...
swings around the big metal bloody shield of the Sanguine one just shatters as you bring your weapon down against it, and like you can tell that the force affects Morgaine a little bit as well. His joints shake a little bit loose, but it's just a sundering of stone that is cascades and cracks the ground of the area that you're in.
And he's going to convert his move to a minor, because no matter how much the odds are against him or the enemies surround him, he never loses his resolve. And I'm going to try to make a saving throw against the ongoing fire damage.
That's a good story.
Hey!
Hey!
And I'm no longer on fire. That's the speed of the attack putting out the flames that were lit upon
You do
me.
have to make a second saving throw against your blinded effect.
You mean the...
Did he save against
temp-
the...
I
Yeah,
wasn't
10 hit
blinded. I was
the
only
10
10 hit points.
The
That's
10 hit
right.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think we could just put a little like asterisk at the end of Morgaine's resolve that just really though. Really
Yeah, he just-
resolute.
As the shield goes against it, he's like already pulling down the other shield of the Astra one and just making dead eye contact with.
That one takes a step back before you're like, no, I don't allow that. And you just hear the words, human words, echoing out, and you are reminded these are people inside these suits and not warforged the way that they look. And it just says, "What are you?"
I'm nobody.
Fuck me.
Can I get the numbers?
Yeah. The little asterisk there indicates that they've been attacked once. I was going to put it another second one if they've been attacked twice.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna...
Morgaine's still full health! It's like he built his character for this, but still!
Yeah. I'm gonna miss on my sustain attack.
Uh-huh.
That's a really sad one to miss on.
Ooh,
Yeah,
look at that
seriously.
drop.
Wow.
Your damage rolls are d20s.
Yeah. Seems a little high.
It's supposed to be
Wait.
a d6.
Oh. That's
I
not
think
supposed
it's
to...
D10. But yeah.
Well, at least he's missed.
Yeah.
Oh, 2d10.
Fate's like, you
Yeah,
know what?
there-
We won't
there's
let
the
this
D10.
happen.
Yep. Okay, so that's not supposed to be there. I fixed that. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, it's 1d6 plus con.
Big oof.
Yeah. And yeah. Okay. The kind of keeping the pattern going. It's a little hard to hold back, but it's gonna keep Morgaine safe. Eyeball is gonna wink out, like in blackness, as Kyvius opens his hand, and a swirling mist, cold as the deepest winter, leaps out and starts to encircle the verdant night, faster and faster, and it grows in strength as this kind of maelstrom surrounds him. And I am going to use Prison of the Pale Prince.
Alliteration's awesome.
I did select my character. Stop being mean to me. 21 versus 4. 18.
Does just hit.
Okay, 18 cold damage.
Oof.
And combat advantage until the end of my next turn. And then
Just hanging on.
movement.
Just hanging
yeah.
on.
1. 2, 3. Done.
That's the wrong one.
Okay.
Whew.
All right.
This Rothian looks down at his extremely damaged acid-dripping body, and you can kind of hear once again the gears and clockwork beginning to move and shift to return back the way that he came. He said, "All you've succeeded at doing is providing more information." Another quick shot goes out. Big, over-the-top, heavy, sweeping slash this time, and then, like, as you go to raise your sword to deflect it, Warren, it quickly switches hands and goes again for the midsection. 24 versus reflex.
Yes. Oh, okay.
That does hit.
No, it does hit. Sire.
Not necessary. Yeah, and as the sword,
It's randomly picking things for me. Sorry.
Yeah. As the sword, you can kind of see it coming right for you, Warren, for that 39 points of damage. The arrow just goes firing out and just catches the Rothian right in the hand, and like the wrist is just broken right in the center, and the sword like just falls and clatters down to the ground, and he scoops it back with the other hand, but the attack is negated.
If then information is important, because you told me something a long time ago. Before you took my arm, which, you know, fuck you for that, but you told me that the worst thing anyone could do was prolong this war. Everything we seek to do is to end it.
Words that have been said and echoed dozens of times before you. They all fall.
And I'm sorry about Battered Edge. That's a regret I'll have to carry.
He slows, like preparing to sheath the sword. The fight's not over yet. It's very clear he's going to fight until this body gives out. But there is so much in the way that his robotic voice slow pauses before he speaks. You can tell that everything is being done thoughtfully. It's not fanatical. It is definitely sounds like it, perhaps for the fate of the still living Fandon, who he has made sure that he is standing between you and Fandon, and then back at you and says, "Remember your promise. Let him live. Leave him. We'll come for him." And then adds, "Did you take the stone?"
I just smile. And wait for Saigar to put a couple more arrows in his face.
He nods. "Memnon will not like that. You have slowed us." Start of the Verdant Sentinel's turn. I think this might be problematic.
Are they just gonna, like, die
Maybe.
to Morgane's tickle damage?
Hey, it adds up, okay?
I know, they're gonna... Oh, man.
It's entirely possible.
You get your resolve back, right?
No,
it's only,
not for
only the
this one.
first you've got it. I got it.
You have to roll for a hit to get resolved.
Yeah. Oh god. It's just constant damage.
It's every time they start their turn.
God, they're really dangling with that last little bit of hit points. That is the second time the astral has been struck, and I believe from two different people.
That it's a molten right now.
Molten has not been attacked at all. Oh, yeah, this is the Molten's turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he's not marked currently. He wants
Good.
to fucking run.
You know what?
His last bit of spite is going to be destroying glad sweet shield.
No, don't say that.
He's still out of
Please.
range. So, he does actually go to move.
Shift or move?
To move.
That's gonna do it.
1 hit point. As the molten sentinel goes to like try to flee, abandon his post, realizing that this is it, you manage to just get that one big heavy shot into his back, and as you do so, the flamethrower just fires up and tries to blast you as best it can, Morgaine. But it also catches the other guards as well. And as the chain between them breaks, Morgaine, you and all 4 of the Granite Guards are just engulfed in flame as the whatever was fueling this advanced weapon begins to sort of spill out all around you. I don't know if 20 hits your reflex though.
It does.
Dang! Enjoy your 20 points of fire damage.
That's reduced by 5, so 7.
Yeah. Technically, at the start of the next turn, you would have just punched him and he would have died. And for at least the 3 of you, unhurt in the slightest, battle has resolved. And you watch as Morgaine just sort of pushes his way out of the wreckage of these 4 heavy armored soldiers. Thankfully, the people inside not being damaged by the constantly burning flames. Their granite stone armor designed to protect against exactly that, but unable to move now that the enchantments have sort of have been defeated and they cannot lift their own armor.
You, Morgaine, are a force.
Bullies are always weak.
Just to wrap things up on the top really quickly.
I do want to say, right whenever this round begins, Warren's smile is punctuated with the mystical sword disappearing into the ether
Okay.
from his hands.
Ooh.
Kind of gives a shrug.
You are now unarmed?
Yeah.
I mean, you're still a wizard, but...
I need my
Yeah.
sword back.
Was it my turn?
It's your turn.
Yeah.
Remember that your other daily power, Trishula, doesn't work.
I think I fixed it.
Okay.
We shall give it a try, because I was going to use it now.
Oh, that looks right.
It does look right.
And I still have my objection power, so...
Okay.
So, 21 damage, and he's weakened.
That's good to know. And what is the crucial shot that you aim and shoot the Serothian?
So, I'm assuming that, similar to Warforged, he's got some kind of mechanical gear in the center. Kind of like what powers him.
core.
The core. I basically fire an arrow right at it. And it embeds itself. The arrow basically just kind of pierces the entrance. It doesn't destroy it, obviously, but it pierces it and kind of embed itself inside that. So basically it's going to hinder his ability to do his attacks by half, basically.
Yeah, you get an arrow and you just fire it directly up his Death Star exhaust port. And it sets off a complicated chain reaction inside this Rothian's mechanical body.
And I'm going to move. Move here, sorry.
Okay.
Erase me my shield.
Suppose I won't be getting that sword back.
He
And
does
I-
not return your sword, no.
Mhm. I was
Actually,
mostly
no, I
joking.
disagree. No, that's not true. If you give it a second, when it's his turn, he tosses your sword back, but he can't do it, in this moment.
Oh God, do I have a power I can use without a weapon?
Punch him.
Damn. That's what Eerie should do to finish the fight.
I think because I've used all my
Oh.
counters.
Shit.
I've used all my encounters. One of them's a wizard thing. One of them takes a sword. So,
Warren,
yeah,
I can make you a whip if you'd like.
Oh my god!
it's a little late. We're just gonna take total defense. I literally can't hit him. I don't have a weapon. I
Hearing.
literally don't have a way to hit him.
Finish him off with a whip. It seems like Mennon has you.
No.
Oh my god.
Benji's frozen in a smile now.
I love it.
Oh, Eerie
I'm
making
gonna give Warren a sword. A replica of his father's sword.
Oh,
How
my
appropriate.
god.
Yuri does not have a super good memory, so like it's not a
a little-
perfect replica.
A little jank.
Yeah.
Warren looks very touched. if he wasn't so focused on not dying, but very touched.
But
Anything else for your turn?
that's my standard action.
Okay. Wow.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Warren, he tosses you back the sword, and then retrieves the scimitar from the body of next to Fandon, hoists it, and says, "The difficulties to no longer having a body is that this is about as skillful as I am ever going to be, while you are going to continue to exceed. I will have to ensure that when next we meet, the forces that are brought against you will be overwhelming." And once more, he lunges towards you, Warren, with just a series of extremely rapid attacks.
Ooh.
So that's a 31 versus AC, for 20 damage.
Yes.
Well, it's all halved, right?
Oh, that's right.
So 11 damage.
Right, 11 damage. 10 damage.
That's what I was waiting for. All right.
That's 9 damage there.
Well, that one's a crit. So what we're doing instead is we're not having that one happen.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he can still shift with the third attack he
Yeah.
gets and come back and hit me.
Right. So like you just like and you vomit on him as he lunges towards you. But he does still get a third hit. So it's 10 points of damage so far, and then the last one.
Oh, does he hit Shadow Eerie?
He does not. And then the last attack, like again, lunges towards you, Warren, and this time very clearly like leaves himself open as he moves in for the final attack. Oh shit! It's his turn again.
What? No.
He gets 2.
Oh. Oh,
did I-
right.
Did he really go back to back? I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, well,
It was
'cause-
Morgaine.
Yeah, Morgaine was the other encounter's over,
Oh.
right?
Okay, I mean that's fine. 27 versus reflex. Not using his magic sword anymore.
27,
Yeah.
27, and I took total defense, so I'm
Yeah.
at 28, so that actually misses.
As expected. Saigar.
Well, I don't know about you. Sorry, 1 second here.
It's okay.
My browser is frozen on me now.
Twin shot!
My browser is completely
He
frozen on me.
can't, he
Sorry.
can't do the twin
Oh,
shot.
no!
He can't do the twin shot until he delivers the pun.
Right. Oh, that's what the delay was. I got it.
I can't do anything. My browser is completely frozen.
What power are you gonna roll?
I was going to do a twin shot, but a twin strike, but slitting time. Listen, it's time for you to leave.
Oh. Do you have any way of increasing your attack bonus by 2, Ash?
My
by
attack
one.
bonus?
By one.
It's already. I have a +2 to him already.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because I use the lens of momentary sight on him, which gives me a +2 for the.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
fantastic.
both should hit him.
Unsurprisingly, Warren, as he lunges back in for a couple final attacks, again leaving himself open, aware of what's going to happen, there are two just big, heavy funnel arrows fired from Saigar that like catches him like right in sort of where the left and right side of his chest would be, and the body of the Sorothian is thrown backwards and slammed onto the ground, and it lies completely immobile and still. Not even changing back, but you can sort of see the wreckage of what once was underneath.
Next time, bring my dad's sword.
And the wind howls. Storm rolls above.
That's scary fight design. Fact that was one round apart and both just ended. Fucking amazing job.
Oh, thanks, man. It'll be really amazing if I didn't have to go talk to Zect after this and be like, yeah, I didn't even hurt them.
I think Morgane's cheating. I just don't know how yet.
You got Kyvius real good. It was just that your apple healed him up real good too.
Yeah.
So
Imagine
Morgane will.
Benji and his turtleneck being healed by the power of Apple.
I hate you. You are the worst.
Your camera's still frozen and you're smiling.
You still got a grin
Glee.
going on. It's
Yeah,
fucking
it looks like you
hilarious.
appreciated that joke.
Yeah.
It's just a perpetual grin now.
Morgane is going to reapproach the apple and be like, sorry for the commotion. Are you unhurt?
There's another long moment of silence. You sort of see that the shape of that child appear in the central crystal at the base of the tree, and it says, "Who are you? What's going on?"
My name's Morgane, and we need to help you. Those men that came down are coming to destroy you, and they're doing that to take over and destroy the Odorland. We're here to stop them. We're not here for your power. We're just here to stop that country, the Ka, from hurting more of your people. We have them safe. We want to take you to them. We ask for nothing but to make sure you are safe as well.
You can tell that this entity takes in all of this information, and then a moment later, like its eyes blank and it shakes its head and goes, "No, I don't understand. Why am I stuck in the wall? Where's my daughter? Why am I young? Why am I a boy?"
I might not be the best to explain it, but when heroes die in this realm, and I'm sorry, and they go to pass on, the ones with the will and the drive to accomplish what they most cherished can come back, but not as a human, but as this. And he sort of around the room. It is your will that sustains this, the will of who you were. And for generations, you have been protecting and helping the people of High Helm. But you are no longer the king that you were. You are the remnant of the best part of them.
His eyes take on a different look and says, "Get me Magister Idelback, my enchanter. He'll be able to sort this out."
He's king. It's been centuries.
Then Then get me Veldraxen. I'd like to fly and see the city myself.
I can't. The city is gone. The invading force. We couldn't save the city, but we saved the people.
And
The
Veldraxen
image-
is not here.
Veldraxen's where we are now. We evacuated them to safety. Their lives couldn't be risked.
The image shifts again for a brief moment to somebody older and says, "You tell me these things, but you stand in my presence and haven't even introduced yourselves."
My
Hello, I'm
name is Morgaine Zephyr. I am the voice of Dokasur. And I am the representative, or one of the representatives of the new home of your people.
The sanctuary for those of High Helm, the refugees of the Car, those who came in here and attacked and attempted to subvert your power. Morgaine and those of us like him risked life and limb to ensure the safety of your constituents.
There's like a moment of recognition, and then again it's lost, and you can see that the person looks at the knights past you and says, "Those ones wear the colors of High Helm, but they are no knights of my homeland. Ours wear shining silver armor taken from the mines of Flamestar." And then
There.
back at you. "Where is my daughter?
Your
Call
daughter.
her to me."
My king, if you please, we may not be as familiar with your family or the family line. What is the name of your daughter?
The shape shakes its head again, and then in a very quiet voice, as it shifts down to being a child, says, "I don't remember. Did I die?" And like a single long tear rolls out of the side of its face and says, "I don't want to die."
No one does. And I've gone through that myself. And it's hard. Harder than anything. But more important are the people you left behind. And I can guarantee you they flourished. And they grew. And they built a kingdom unmatched by anyone. But I'm not sure how this works. And I remember Warren saying that he could touch the stone and look into it. But maybe you might be able to look into me. And he's going to offer his hand.
You place it on the crystalline shard at the base of the tree, and the person stretches out for a moment and then pulls back and says, "You shouldn't be here in these vaults. You said a desert nation, the Ka? High Helm will never fall. Who are you?"
I am Morgaine Zephyr, a child of the nation that was sold by the nation due to corruption that grew within it. I couldn't save High Helm. And what it grew into, I wasn't sure it could be saved. But the people of High Helm, the heart of High Helm, that could never be tarnished, and that could never be allowed to be tarnished. The walls are gone, but the heart's alive. And if you look in, and if you can trust me even for a moment, I guarantee you will see what I'm saying. I ask for nothing but you to help your people.
The shape nods and says, "I do trust you. You speak with the conviction of a child of High Helm. I would make you a knight if you would allow it. Fetch me my sword. And he looks to you, Kyvius.
Big one on the wall.
All right, I'll be sure, and I'll go try and retrieve that sword.
As you take a few steps away, the shape notices you leaving and transforms immediately into a draconic shape and swims past you and roars at you from the crystalline walls as you approach the blade like it wants to scare you away. And this goes on for some time. Saigar, Eerie, and Warren, who are on the rooftop still, pouring rain, unconscious body of Fandon, and no longer moving body of one of thousands of the Ka Warforged soldiers rather, lying on the cobblestones near you. What do you do?
I
We
mean,
we
Go ahead.
need to get Fandon off this roof with us.
yeah,
We made a promise. We can't just leave him here to die
that's
in the
true.
rain.
That's true. Where are we going to put him? We've got to be careful that we don't alter the course of,
The top of the roof is only meant to look like it doesn't go down. I walk over to where you can move the stone over.
Yeah, slides aside easily, revealing a stone staircase beneath.
Yeah, we definitely got to put him in a place where people will find him. But well, actually, dumb question: is he still awake?
He is unconscious. His breathing is labored and rattled.
So I'm going to roll a crafting check to try to fix his mask.
That would take some time, but you certainly could.
Crafting practice on the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I don't roll in that one.
Only hold it against you a little if you get a higher roll on him
Oh.
than me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that twice. What the hell's going on?
What's an easy skill check at this level? Hang on.
I think it's like 13.
It's like 13.
Yeah.
I didn't even make that.
You don't really have any crafting tools or anything that you keep on you, Saigar, so you make do with, a couple of arrows. And
No, it's 12.
you might think it sounds like I'm making fun of you, but that's what you would do.
Yeah, I might take
And-
the ends of the arrows off to make kind of I don't know, pieces of metal.
Yeah,
keep it
and
in place.
it's clear to you as you work on this one that he doesn't need. It's not like a Darth Vader situation. He doesn't need the mask to breathe or anything of that nature. But rather, his lungs are so fucked up from working in the mines of Battered Edge, like his entire childhood life, that it's basically just like a filtration system. He's not going to die of lack of oxygen while sitting up here or anything of that nature. It's just
All
a
right.
part of him now that it's been partially installed to his face.
Part of me feels a little bit of pity for him. If you're wondering why I'm trying to fix his mask, and at the same time, we want to make sure we don't, fuck up our own timeline as well.
You are past the point where that would be a concern now that you are well into like the present essentially as of now.
Fair.
I guess not.
I think
quite.
I think my pity statement still stands.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's I wouldn't call it sympathy so much as pity. Like I can see that he's had a difficult life, and I pity the fact that he is so tied to his cause that he's unable to see past it.
He took the only option in front of him that looked like hope. I can't fault him for that.
No, I don't. That's why I say I don't fault him. I pity him.
And yeah, I fault this fucking island for only giving him one choice, though. Yeah, we can move him out of the rain at least. If nothing
I mean,
else,
not in a crevice that no one's going to find him, obviously, right?
Right? No. If nothing else, it's important because knowing that the Sorothian is at least somewhat honor bound and word kept is something we can use, and I'd hate to break that.
Agreed. But Sorothi did not say that we, sorry, question for is his armor still active or inactive?
It is definitely active.
Oh, it's active still. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you were to like get too close, it would try to spike you. Absolutely.
Oh, Fandons.
Yeah.
Take it with arrows.
It's also not that I want to like deny you guys more loot and treasure, but it's half plate, and it would be cumbersome if near impossible to take off his body.
No, it's not more to use it for ourselves. It's more to kind of disarm him, I guess, in the future.
You know, if the call keep him in their employ, he's probably going to get cooler toys.
Don't be so quick to say that.
They're coming up with new shit all the time. I mean,
we definitely should be plundering the Sorothia. I don't know about you.
it's just a forge. There's nothing on him. I mean, sure.
I just wanted
Tandon's
to.
blade.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Warren, don't you want to say Tandon's blade?
It is
I do.
non-magical. It's a nice sword, and it is still dripping with the blood that had killed King Yolas Ashtong III, being washed away in the rain. But it's very clearly a sword that is very traditional, given rank and file to every new High Helm soldier, every new Granite Guard.
Yeah, I do.
I mean,
Put that on my
if
wall.
nothing else, is sentimental, right? Not sentimental is the wrong word. The sentiment of it.
He's gonna be pissed he didn't die. But it's only fair. Yeah, I imagine we kind of look down that corridor. How long does it? Also, wait, what did Erie want to do?
Yeah, I wanted to go over to the leftover Warforged corpse and just try and find where its core is, and just try and take in all of its connections and things. Then, if possible, see if I could find a way to take it out.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, give me a craft check.
Uh-oh.
Fucking crap check. Oh man.
That's a 4.
You know from your communications with Morgaine, and overhearing conversations that he had with Shay about Shireen, that they are located in different spots based on the Warforged. And because all of the ones built by the Ka are like rank and file uniform, including the weapons they have built right into them, you discover that it's actually fairly hard to locate where the sort of the core power source of this Warforged is, again, without extensive time spent with it. Honestly, you don't even know what you're really looking for, other than something that looks like less magic or less physical and more magical.
Given that I've been working on Warforged, could I try the same thing? And not to try to have everyone roll on this, but like,
yeah, 100%.
I see where Erie's going with this, and I'm gonna give it a try as well.
I believe in you. You've been rolling like Erie's attack rolls. Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, I got bad news, buddy.
Yeah.
even despite you having looked at like Warforged plans and having done a lot of preamble ahead of time to sort of, this is a whole different beast. They don't conform to any of sort of the northern methods of making Warforged. It is as unique as trying to find like the heart inside a fish based on your knowledge of like human anatomy. You're pretty sure it's in the same spot, but it's...
Well, I gave it a shot. I see where you're going with this, I hope. But this is far beyond the both of us.
Fine, we probably don't want to add more forged corpses. We still haven't figured out what to do with the one we got at home.
Well, no, it's about to try to understand how he works, Warren. Maybe we can, I don't know, find a way to disrupt him, for lack of a better word, because obviously you cannot really destroy him at his core, but maybe we can disrupt him.
I apologize that this map is blank for Kyvius and Galad and Morgaine, who are not on the map currently.
I see it.
Okay.
Not fair.
But
Morgaine has sense friendship. He doesn't know where Kyvius is.
But unfortunately, Warren, I mean, I think it's going to take us more time and
Clearly, it's
understanding to
malfunctioning.
get-
I don't know. You
I,
seem pretty happy about it.
I hate this.
No,
I'm so
it's.
bummed.
I trust me. If we could get any amount of information, that'd be great. But this, I don't know what we can learn from this.
How heavy is that Sorothian body?
It's solid. It's about 400 pounds.
Could Eerie shrink it?
It's a person.
No,
Oh,
we've tried this Song of Dance.
This was established during the heist.
Yeah.
all right.
The three of us actually collectively with good strength rolls still couldn't carry it.
No, none of us have strength. No, it'd be one thing if like Morgan was here, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I could take it if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
Hey, there's a way down. I got. You know how many wars have been lost right after you win a battle? It's one of my fears going on in my head.
Yeah.
We should probably make sure our friends aren't dead.
Yeah, we should. But Eerie, I wish you had thrown the Sorothian off the building even after he was dead. Maybe the shattering of his body would have unveiled the core.
Come on,
It's too late
let's-
now, though.
We haven't had this in a while, like an argument over picking over a corpse.
I think we head down.
Yeah, we'll continue down the stairs until we hit the weird door.
As you
do
pull,
take Fandon's sword.
yeah, as you pull Fandon down off the rooftop, you can hear the sounds of a couple of presumably bonds mages, very far off in the distance, running the fuck away as their lightweight footsteps splash through the water as they disappear down the canals. Presumably the ones who had used the magic to split the party to begin with.
That's good. Maybe the magic interfering with teleportation will be reduced with them not fucking around. I think we probably walk for a while to get the rest of the way down this place.
This is going to be quite a tall building to walk all the way down, I'm assuming.
It's like 3
It's not so
floors.
bad. The conversation that goes on between again Gyvius and Galadriel and Morgaine happens takes quite a bit of time, and eventually, when you guys do get all the way back down, you can see the door has been knocked off its hinges and reveals the room below that has your three friends conversing with this ancient spirit. Before we go ahead and proceed here, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break again, though, guys.
Okay, do.
Seems good.
Man, Benji's such a cheerful guy.
Right?
What an infectious smile.
Nothing ruins his mood.
Oh my god.
That permanent smile.
It's so hard, right? Because on one hand, I'm like, oh man, I didn't hurt any of them. And on the other hand, I'm like, I so easily could have, though. It's just how the dice go. And then my third part is like, yeah, but also I don't want to like these are stats that were created near the start-ish of the game. I went in and did out like every single fight in the game. I don't want to like go back and edit shit now based on what their characters are capable of, because that's not fair.
But the Sorothian has now given us in-game gloves are off, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Yeah. That was just him coming to take a look-see.
Yeah.
Well, he only
Next time
came
he'll
with one
bring
body.
a few dozen of those guys just to make sure.
Yeah, I was about to say he only came with one body. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
like
more.
He can just, if he had like 5 of them, he'd just be able to just jump around between them, right?
Yeah, when you defeat the first one, he just moves into a different one. Absolutely.
Which is why I think if we had been successful getting the core, at least would have been maybe one step closer towards understanding how he works.
Ash, this break is for your benefit. You better take it.
Yeah, I know. I'll be back.
Yeah, except I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the forge. Everything to do with some cop bullshit.
Yeah, like that's still an outstanding question: is how that whole system works, right?
Yeah, we certainly have no idea. And if he's to be believed, which he doesn't seem like the lying type, he doesn't know either.
Wouldn't it be interesting that he's being like a deep cover person this entire time? Where like the only reason Morgaine isn't taken over is because he's chosen to hide him away from the Ka and not give himself access to it. And then like the Shireen thing is something along the same lines.
Maybe.
Maybe it's like Morgaine was never impervious of it at all, and it's just a Sorothian just allowing him to continue on in some like grand scheme he has in his head or something.
He does say he goes where he's told. That would make it weirder if like no one has ever said to take over you. All according to the golden path.
There was a Star Trek episode in Voyager that this sort of reminds me of. And it was like when they were talking about the Borg Collective, and in the Borg Collective there was like a hidden part where they had free thoughts and freedom within that actual full collective. And the Borg were constantly trying to like squash it and get rid of it. But they couldn't find this like oasis within their system.
Yeah, because Morgaine's origins are still pretty mysterious.
Fucking he hasn't thought about them. Like, robot now, that sucks, but okay.
Yeah. That's like a, hey, Karna, like, hey.
Robot? Yeah. Oh, suck it up.
They claimed, I think your old group said you were enlightened or something. That was certainly an interesting statement. I don't remember that detail very well.
Oh, no, he said Karna was enlightened.
Oh,
That's
Karna.
what he was making reference to. The brother, or the brother of the one I killed.
Or the sister of the one I killed, yeah.
Yeah, sister of the one I killed, yeah.
Oh, I was referencing something a long time ago when we were fighting Karna's group, where they were like accusing Morgaine of wasting his gifts or something. But I don't remember the details very clearly.
Thank you, Rosie. And she's right on the dot.
I don't know what that's a reference to because I wasn't here for the conversation.
Oh, we were talking conspiracy theories. So one of our conspiracy theories, with the knowledge that the Sorothian isn't necessarily on board, because it was sort of cryptic, he said, I go where I'm told, is that Morgaine has never been a part of the Sorothian network. The Sorothian chose to keep him out of it for some weird ulterior motive. And then I sort of made reference to the Star Trek episode where in Voyager, as Rosie pointed out, there was like an alternate within the collective. There was like an oasis of individuality. That's hidden from like the collective leader.
It was called Unimatrix Zero.
Yes.
Y'all been nerds.
That was a really good episode, actually. I'm back.
It was two episodes. It was a really, really good sequence of episodes.
I have a controversial opinion about Voyager. I actually liked it better than Deep Space Nine.
So
I used to agree with you.
I watched both of them back to back, and Deep Space Nine is interesting. Don't get me wrong. It didn't feel very Star Trek to me. Like, I think on its own it's a good show, but it didn't feel very like what the goal of Star Trek is. And to be honest, I was getting bored near the end of it. And meanwhile, I found people kept complaining about Voyager. I found there were some episodes that were like, well, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, but there were a lot of really fantastic episodes too.
I love that these conversations get recorded, and I gotta have them on Yahoo or on YouTube forever, because I'm looking forward to like watching this game years down the road and being reminded of like, oh yeah, Ash really hated Voyager.
What are you talking about? I like Voyager.
No, he hated it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just think you should give shows a chance, Ash. Like Battlestar Galactica is a good show if you just give it an opportunity.
Have you even watched it yet? I told you to watch this like what 4 years ago.
Of course I have.
Tell me what happens in it.
There's Battlestar ships in space.
Okay, cool.
There's
Cool. You clearly watched it.
It's Star Wars, but with more robots.
Galactica.
yeah, it's in this series we follow a human battleship in deep space known as Battlestar Galactica. It accompanies and protects. Hang on, I need to click on a link. Something
Oh,
about
yeah,
Cylon.
okay. Read the synopsis while you're at it.
Kara, Starbuck, Thrace. I love it. Part of a prophecy. Oh my god, I hate prophecy storylines. That's so overdone. Like the
Just watch the fucking show. It's good.
fine.
It's a good thing we weren't PCs in the car then.
Too bad that team didn't work out. I wanted to know their adventures of being Caw-sided because I'm like,
Yeah.
you just win, right?
Up until the halfway point when they bump into you guys in Epitaph, and you're like, but no, though.
By the way, check out my chair if you haven't seen it yet.
Check out your chair. Your room is so dark, I can't see it.
How's that a Razorback chair, I think.
Oh,
Are we
Oh,
back,
Batman.
by the way?
Batman.
Are we waiting for?
We are.
Oh,
we are
sick.
almost back. Yeah.
We're just, a lot of us are back early.
I think everyone's back.
Just Bento.
Oh, we can see him.
Yeah, but he didn't have his headset on.
Erie needs to
Have
get
with
his
me, I
new
have my headset
sword.
Do we? What's our normal stop time? How long do we have still?
11
40
is
minutes.
usually is scheduled, so yeah, 39 minutes.
Oh, that took so long. I'm so sorry, guys.
Taz, here,
Warren.
Well, we had like an hour delay though.
Warren, when you and Erie and Saigar all step back into this room, there is no sound of other guards coming, and it's just the six of you here now. It is very, very quiet, save for the constant pitter-patter of rain on the distant walls. But it's very clear to you that the other three are having no luck in this conversation, because even though Morgaine is responding with deep sincerity in everything that he does, it's very clear to at least two of you who understand, sort of the fundamentals of magic, that this is a person who is truly struggling, because you can overhear him asking names multiple times and just has difficulty understanding where it is and what's going on. But you are relieved when the six of you reconvene to notice that, other than Morgaine, who has a couple of scuff marks from just being hit by a flamethrower a couple of times, nobody looks the worse for wear.
Things go good down here?
I wouldn't say that.
Well,
You certainly don't look worse for the wear.
Oh,
Fighting
yeah,
with-
those were easy. We're talking about this situation, and he gestures to the Foundling Stone.
yeah. What seems to be the problem? I thought.
Am I still standing in
He's
front of
on
the sword with a
board.
roaring dragon, or what's going on?
It can't stop you, but yes, it alternates between trying to be extremely aggressive towards you and then getting lost and confused and appearing somewhere else in the room.
I've told you my name 4 times. Maybe if I write it down.
And I would just say, King Aeolus, I am a child of the Orderlands, and I grew up in the shadow of High Helm. I have gazed upon the true form of Valdraxin. You are scary as a dragon, but I do this at your command. And I'd walk up and try and grab the sword.
It's not even really a blade that like you could actually hold in your hands if you wanted to. It is really just this enormous, like symbolic style greatsword that appears to be made of the crystal as well. And you will recall that it is chained up between a couple of enormous columns that depict again dragons and other celestial beings. In fact, it kind of reminds you of the same kind of architecture that was in the very, very base of the Gallerium before you opened your very first Foundling or your Titan's Gate door. Very clearly the same person who had built these statues as those ones.
Really?
Yeah, but you could easily like melt away the chains if you wanted to, but there's really nothing special about this weapon other than the fact that it is very clearly like his weapon from life.
I turn back and look at my companions and say, it doesn't. I mean, I reach out and like touch it to feel it to see if it's like magical or anything.
Cool. Roll your legacy for me.
Oh, whoops.
I'm excited to have someone else poke something and have to roll legacy. It's usually my shtick.
I thought it was unimportant.
Oh,
Holy
nice.
shit.
He rolled a 19 on the die.
It recognizes you as yet another king, and even though you realize that this thing is a mantle, this is one of the powerful weapons that have been held by people, for generations. That doesn't seem like it matters as much as it used to when you were, just young and first setting off on this journey. And you reach up and put your hand on it and realize that much like Morgaine's helmet, it's not powerful. It's not designed to destroy armies like some of the weapons of legend. It wouldn't be something that you would be able to destroy for mountains of residium. But it has stories that have been caused by the person who had once wielded the sword. And the fact that it is chained up here as some weird iconology that you're not sure exactly what that means.
This is important. This is, and I'd be turning back and saying, this is history. This needs to be protected as well.
Okay, then we'll take it with us. As long as is that okay? And we turn back to the crystal.
The elderly man, I shouldn't say elderly, mid-50s, broad shoulders, dull eyes, partially unshaven, says, "There was a fog, a mist. It was full of lightning. I was stuck there. What happened?"
Do any of us know?
I figured Warren
I
would
don't
know.
think-
Maybe. The first is a long time ago.
That's true.
What did you say, Steele?
You're probably recognizing, or you are able to recognize rather, that he is referencing his death and being stuck in the howl, and the many years that he must have been there.
Oh, before he fell back
That's what I
towards the
assumed.
Foundling Stone.
Right.
Look, we don't know, but I think we can take you to somebody who should know answers to all of your questions.
It's probably true.
I'd walk up to Morgaine and I'd come down and I'd say, Morgaine, the sword was his, but it was also full of memory. Maybe if you could help me get it down, maybe if he was able to hold it again, maybe he would remember.
Oh, for sure. It's worth a shot. Yeah, he'll try to assist.
So yeah, so like working in tandem, like Kyvius melting the chains and Morgaine being hopefully strong enough to hold the sword so it doesn't fall. Could we get it down?
Yeah. I'm not going to make Morgaine roll a legacy because he's my favorite. Between
Yeah.
the two of you, you pull this thing off, no problem. And when you do eventually bring it back down to the crystal, and you sort of like try to figure out how you can get it over to this shape, this memory that's moving around inside basically a wall, the expression on it changes immediately to one of disgust. And this again 25-ish-year-old man now says, "Get that out of my sight. I bound it there for a reason. I want nothing more to do with this manipulation, this war."
What war? What manipulation?
He says, I came here with 24 farmers, just trying to find a better life for ourselves, and we got caught up in... Where's my daughter? And the eyes grow dull again.
Am I able to recognize any of this magically? Like, does Arcane feel like it's flaring every time his memories are flying all over the place?
It does not, but you are seeing the after effect of what it must have been like for somebody to spend years inside of a never-ending modify memory spell. You are looking at something that is essentially just disjointed memories and fragments of a person's soul. Essentially somebody with Alzheimer's from spending years inside this arcane ritual. It's hard to watch.
Be practically irreparable with what we know.
Completely. It is.
Do we have any clues about who this person was?
Oh yeah, this is Yola Shastron the First.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The founder of High Helm.
I don't think I have a picture for him. I'll take a look and see if I do.
Morgaine is tirelessly will continue explaining the situation and asking the question, how can we take you with us to your people?
It's tough because even though Morgaine, you're trying to keep him focused, and sometimes you get just like little bits of like slight breakthroughs. 9 times out of 10, it will change back to the form of a child and say that it's so sorry for yelling at you. It shouldn't. Do you want to play a hide and seek? It's sorry, and tells you, about how great High Helm is, and tells you that it's the king. It's very, very difficult to get anything from it.
I guess I'll try picking up the fruit.
The nut,
Yeah.
the nut apple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
you
nut
could take
apple.
that easily.
And I want to see. I will carefully move it towards the bag of holding.
You're
And
not
I
a
just want
wizard,
to-
but I wanted to clarify that even that like magic doesn't work in such a way that you wouldn't be able to like plant this in your kingdom and have a new giant tree grow out of it full of king soul. It really just is a small little fragment of this much, much larger foundling stone.
Okay. Well, no, Morgaine doesn't know that at all. His mind's like, oh, this must just be him now. So I'm just gonna put it in the bag unless
Got it.
someone finds it.
Yeah.
He's got others to do the arcane.
Trying to
I'm
say
not sure what to
sorry.
do.
I'm not sure either. I mean, it's not like we can move all of the Foundling Stone to keep it safe, and it's not like... And clearly restoring his own fragmented memory isn't working either. I don't have any ideas beyond the most horrible.
That's a last resort.
Yes.
Is there anything we can learn from the blade? You said memories, right?
It was... I got the distinct impression that it was kind of full of history, his history. And I don't know. Is there anything I could learn from the could I tap into the memories of the blade in any way? Could I just kind of reach out with my arcane senses and see if there's anything to learn from the memories of Aeolus the First?
I think that is probably again beyond the skill that
Okay.
that you currently possess.
Yeah.
One of those things that again I hate to just say would take some time, but you could take it with you. Yeah.
I guess the last thing that we haven't got confirmation is the sort of the look into the stone, talking to him to, for lack of a better term, because Morgaine, it's brute force, right? So he's seeing if they can interface in any way, where maybe that gives him a moment of clarity, but he doesn't know anything.
The biggest takeaway that you get is that it is horrific. If anybody has ever for a moment paid any attention to Saigar being like, hey guys, I don't trust magic. I don't really have a good reason for it, but I don't like or trust magic. Seeing this firsthand and knowing deep down that it is irreparable and hellish and a horrible half existence for just this fragmented, trapped part of a soul really takes everything that Saigar has been saying and really puts into a new light, because it feels horrible. It's hard to watch, and there is, regrettably, as much as you try, really no getting through. You could probably talk to Aeolus for hours and get little bits of past or memories, but unless you're asking specific questions, and even that is difficult, it's almost manic trying to just grab onto a memory and hold it for longer than a split second before it's lost in the fog.
I imagine not because it's memories, but is there any way Galad could like try and keep him grounded in one like state?
That's a pretty broad question. I'm certainly receptive to it, but I don't know necessarily how you would like to be able to flavor that.
Like when his mind starts to go blank and he shifts to older or younger, like Galad would try and rewind him back to the previous state so we could have more coherent conversation.
That would be tough. You would be forcibly like moving time forward and backward to prevent it from shifting. But I like how that works mechanically. Yeah, if you want to do that, and it would probably be very forceful, like holding somebody's head and slapping them to get information out of them. You certainly could do so with Arcana.
Well, I don't really have the details on how all this worked, but I could, if you would like, I could try and keep him more grounded.
Well,
I'm not sure how comfortable it'd be.
it's just getting. We're not here for information. We're here to try to help.
I wouldn't. We are here to help, Warren. But one thing you should know is some things that he said while you weren't here. He referred to Vale Draxin as his mount, and it wouldn't be harmful. Well, hopefully not harmful, if we could find out a bit or two, maybe pieces of information about Vale that we didn't know before.
That could be true. The only things I can take away is that if he refers to Vale Draxon as his mount, then that means that Vale started the Dragon Blessed line. He started the Aeolus line, because that's how they began, was to be blessed by dragons. Means he started this nation. Knowing more might help, though. Though that one's pretty, that one's a lot to take in for me.
This is hell.
Yeah. I cannot. I can't imagine existence like this.
I don't mean to say I told you so, but this is one of the reasons why I think we should be very careful about tampering with these kind of powers.
This is the life that all Foundling Stones must live silently.
This is what I think was meant by the cycle. If you recall, Master Goblin told us.
But that
This,
cycle is perpetuated by the Howl,
it's
a
not just that,
creation
though.
of Vale himself.
Right, but I think leveraging these artifacts, or whatever you want to call them, continues to perpetuate that, does it not?
Yeah, but we've never wanted to leverage them, right? We're trying to stop the Ka from using them to hurt people.
But doesn't its
Though-
very existence?
I was gonna say that I don't think we want to bring him and use him.
I don't
No.
I don't want
think.
that.
I don't think it's humane for us to allow him to exist in this torturous state.
That's what I'm saying. Can we find a way to free him?
Yeah.
Would destroying the throne do that?
I think once you guys, whatever questions you might ask or need, I've sort of been talking with the deity this is their specialty, so I think I might be able to help in that regard. But if there's anything we want to say or do, I don't know.
I almost feel, Warren, at this point. I hear you. I mean, it's an opportunity for information, but the soul appears tortured. Do we want to keep prolonging his agony?
No, probably not.
No
I
answers
kind of
worth
pat you on the
this.
back. Kind of pat you on the back. I mean, we know you're pensioned for long-winded information gathering, but
Yeah, this is sort of, it almost feels a little faded. I'm just gonna take a moment and see if I can figure out, because I'm not really sure how you sever these things. But I will walk up to the stone.
Just want to clarify, Hewd gets fairly quiet sometimes, so I just want to make sure I'm double checking here. You are not taking actions to try to keep the person centered for a moment, the entity?
Right. The party seems against it.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, good check. Um. Okay. All right. Raven Queen stuff. Well, this soul's been tortured a long time. Caught up in the howl and forced back down. And, forced to live a half-life for I don't know how long. But I ask, that in his moments of torture, that you give him a little bit of peace as he goes. Maybe just a moment of clarity, or the comfort of getting this over with. I don't really know the next step, but I have a goo arm, and it's really good at dissolving things. We're just gonna try and...
Are you just gonna burn it with acid?
Well, I'm trying to reach in for the... It's essentially just a soul encased in thickened howl and arcane, so just trying to reach through the barrier to the soul within.
It's been described to us. It's like the densest form of residium, isn't it?
Right.
Pretty much.
It is essentially astral diamond, which is just hardened residium. Correct.
Could this is gonna sound dumb, but could I bust it down? Can I break it down?
I think absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's what
I could try
we're trying to do.
Yeah, I could try disenchanting it, Warren, and maybe that would free him.
Yeah.
Are we all in agreement then? Do you want me to give it a go?
I think you should, Kyvius.
I don't want to do this
Oh.
unless everybody's in agreement. It feels very...
Morgaine will nod, but he'll go over to the crystal and just say, "Tell me about your home."
And the shape from where Kyvius, where you're standing, kind of at the base of the tree, moves away and moves over to you, Morgaine. Interested in the question, and says, "Well, we worshipped Palor, of course, fields of wheat, high as your waist, and when it was summer, my sister and I used to make mazes out in the fields. We always got yelled at because not enough to go around, but we were young. My sister, she looked so much like my daughter. I didn't want to name her Yolis. No, I wanted to give her her own name, but Veldraxon told me that was best. He always told me what I should do, and he was always right." And he talks to you while Kyvius begins a ritual. Kyvius, can you go ahead and give me an Arcana check?
No pressure.
No pressure. I'm looking at my little DC handout right now.
terrified.
You should be fine. Fucking, what level are you guys again?
9. That's medium.
9?
Oh, that's a medium.
Kyvius, you know that if you do this, you will not be able to recover any of the residium. Unfortunately, it will essentially take this room full of just possibility and render it inert.
And as much as that pains me, I keep going because this really isn't about getting something out of it. It's about releasing a tortured soul.
It's about doing the right thing right now.
Just like all the little knickknacks and trinkets you've destroyed along the way. Lots of practice leading up until this point in time, Kyvius. You put both hands on the crystal and you feel that familiar dust from beyond this realm of reality, things that people in other nations outside of Rios would kill for, the things that wishes are made of and fulfills every desire and fantasy, and in this world has fed people and sent important messages between Morgaine and his sister and done so many wonderful things. This is more important. And you put your hands on the side of the crystal and it begins very, very slowly to melt away. And as Morgaine, Vale is as Yolis is telling you about the first time they came to the island and how they fought nations of bugbears and troglodytes and ogres and the two-headed mages of the Cygnus tribe and Grimlocks and Lyran and this is all sort of caught between, again, him forgetting who he is and what your name is and demanding that you fetch his knights and fetch his magister. Eventually, he notices what Kyvius is doing and immediately changes to like the form of a small child and shouts like, "No, you'll kill me!" And then at the same moment is once again just a dragon and roars at you and rushes over and fills the crystal, and it's just red glowing eyes stare at you, Kyvius, with hate. And you're like inches away from getting to sort of the core of the crystal now that you can see now is hollow.
Morgaine will try to counter this and sort of press his hand up against the glass, or the stone itself. And he's gonna say, "Tell me about your family."
And he looks back and says, "My wife died in this pointless battle against a Rakshasa who fooled their people and attacked our kingdom directly. And my daughter, was she a good king? Did she do good?"
She was great.
You would
No,
have been proud.
That's good. I'm not a builder. I could barely even play the lyre he gave me, the instrument, the harp. But built a whole city that way. But she always wanted to build it different and better and add so much more. Did she eventually? Is High Helm as great as she wanted it to be?
Yeah.
It was magnificent.
I believe so.
Kyvius, you get your hand through finally, and you realize that there's the last little bit is so fast. It's like breaking through ice, and as it does so, and you move your hand in sort of the hollow of the crystal, almost immediately you can just feel like something rush past you. It's like being hit with a wave of air, and you watch Morgaine as the shape that's talking to you begins to just dissolve and fade as whatever this person's last breath was, this last little fragment of memory, is just lost to wherever they go. And the last thing that it says to you, realizing what's going on and shifting between different expressions and emotions, is just, "You said you know Vale."
Yes.
"He's not a bad person. He doesn't know what he's doing." Tell it, and then he's gone.
Oh. Rest in
And
peace, Your Majesty.
for the first time, Warren says a silent prayer to let his soul not be caught in the howl again, but to actually pass and to the weave as it should, to be protected.
Glad is sobbing openly and says, "You lot are true heroes," and dabs his eyes.
That's not entirely true, Glad. We're heroes.
He balls instead of sobbing.
Oh, God.
Well, mission accomplished.
Yeah, the call won't get him, and well, it's gonna be interesting to figure out how to run a nation without one of those.
They're not worth it. After this,
No. If I was feeling any doubt about my trade with
If you thought I was insufferable before, guys, I'm going to use this over and over again going forward.
How many,
Sykar,
how many magic
you're-
items are you carrying?
They're not magic, they're just wishful thinking.
you may never let us live it down, but you were right.
When Kyvius walks back to you guys, there's tears streaming down his face as well, although he didn't kind of get to directly observe the conversation. And as he's kind of dusting off his hands, he says, "You know, when when it was time for people to go, or when a dog had to be put down, they always came to my mother. And I never could stand it as a child. I've certainly dispatched those who would do me or my friends harm, but I've never. I don't know. I guess I just understand differently now. But I feel so terrible. How did she do it?
I I I don't know, you know. It's like, it's the right thing to do, right? But having to watch someone's life and dreams come to a stop is hard.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't feel right staying here anymore.
I will take this though, and he sort of has the apple he had in his hand. I'm not one for decorations, but I think this should stay in the kingdom.
You're not
Mine is
one for
where we came from.
sentimentality in general, Morgan. That's interesting. You want to take this?
Pardon?
You're not one for sentimentality in general.
Sometimes it's important to remember. No matter what happened to him, this was caused by a king that cared very much for his people.
And he served them in life, and he served them in the afterlife. Even if the existence was torture, he was still doing good.
People should be allowed to choose, though. He did do good.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we should see if the tapestry works, or if we're gonna have to find a weird way out of this place. We're not in any danger. The car have left this place for dead.
It's weird. I think this is the first time in what feels like months it's been quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You almost forget.
Hey, you know what? While we're working on the tapestry, I think I remember where that cart of Coley case got dumped out.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. Did you guys know the Sorothian was here?
Wait, what?
Really?
We might, and Warren may
Why
have
didn't you call for
taken him
help?
on.
Well, I was trying to get information out of him, and there was only one body.
He looks to Saigar near you. Why didn't you make him call for help?
We just watched him take him on pretty much one-on-one. I may have damaged him, a little bit.
What?
Look, I'm not going to step in with Warren's business. He's been building up his whole life to this. I'm not going to interfere.
No, please interfere.
That was a whole bid, okay? Alright, I knew I could draw him in to Clash and Blades. I'm glad you guys could take him down, because
How did you draw him
certainly
in?
couldn't. I don't know if that's important to the story necessarily.
I'm so curious.
Warren definitely was acting very reckless. As usual, Arrow saved the day.
I just want him to say it so Morgaine can spit fire. I just need him to say it.
So, his forged body appeared without a weapon.
Oh, so you Oh, okay, that's
You
why
just,
you're
like, yeah,
not that harmed. You
right,
just sort of
you
beat
just-
him up, right?
Yeah. He was defenseless and you took him down.
Well, I told him. I told him that if he only hit me, he could have a sword, and
What?
then I gave him
Yeah,
one.
yes, he equipped the enemy. He gave him a fucking sword.
You gave the unarmed Sorothian a weapon.
Did ask very nicely for it.
Are you fucking insane?
I put up my hands. No, I believe me. Thought about it. It wasn't just for giggles.
And you're in charge of military positions.
It was important to learn about the enemy. All right, we came away unscathed. He only hit me once.
Warren, you do realize that was a very, very fucking close call, right?
It was risky, but so is everything I do.
I
This
don't
one
know
takes
all
the
the
cake, though.
laws of our new land, but that is going to be one of them.
Which part?
Do
No
not arm the
weapons
enemy.
for the enemy.
No
Yeah,
arming.
Don't
Yeah.
willingly arm the enemy.
But how are we supposed to fight them if they don't get a sword?
If they don't stop when you talk, you hit them till they talk.
Doesn't work on someone immortal. I was trying to draw him into a duel to get him to talk.
Then you walk away. He was unarmed.
He took Fandon's sword. It was on the ground next
So
to
he
him.
had 2 swords. So you gave him double attack power.
No, he only had the one. Would have been cool if he had the two, though.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
next
was
time.
pretty sweet. Yeah.
I think you and I
Gave
have
it
opposite
back.
definitions of the word cool, Erie.
He gave it back to me.
Oh, well, if he gave it back.
I know that you guys have got the whole walk and talk thing down, so I just want to clarify. I love the fact that this conversation is happening, like, as you stride out of the sewers and sort of, like,
Yeah.
try to find a good spot to unravel the tapestry.
I mean, we could just do it in this room, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, literally, like,
Yeah, but
3
it's more.
seconds.
But the imagery is more fun of us just laying
I
into
agree,
Warren as
yeah.
we're walking out of the room.
Oh, before we walk out of the room, Steel, if Caius destroy the Foundling, so do all the other things around the side of the room, including the tree, everything, all disappear, or are they still around?
they don't disappear, but they are magically inert because he was not able to sort of preserve the astral residium dust that kind of composes them.
So they're just kind of like images more than anything at this point.
They are all just like nice quartz that fill the room, but they have no magical properties.
Could I take one of the flowers just as a memento?
You sure could.
Not better than an apple.
Other questions, Steel. Could that giant effing sword fit in a bag of holding or not?
Pretty much everything can fit inside the handbag
Sweet.
of holding.
Handbag of
Because
holding.
if there is one thing that I know about Shay, it's that she made sure it was big enough to accommodate any size.
Oh,
Oh
Thanks,
my
I hate it.
God.
Oof.
How long did you have that one written down?
It just has always struck me as true.
Okay, well, it's off to the bag of holding it goes. How does the tapestries work out?
Well, in theory, we just walk through it. We'll need to destroy the other end when we get there, though, to not leave a trail.
Want me to go first?
Can I? I'd feel more comfortable going first because the last time I was messing with portals, mage jumped through it and then got torn to pieces. So I feel kind of bad.
That's just more arguments for me going first.
You know, I'm not gonna stop you. I can't physically. I don't think I
Okay.
could physically stop Eerie at this point.
Erie, can you send a sending spell to me in like 5 seconds? I'll tell you if everything's fine.
I can send one to you in 15 minutes.
Maybe I'll just put a thumbs up through the portal if I'm okay. And Morgaine will try stepping through the portal.
Where is the tapestry on the other end, Warren?
The tapestry on the other end was from Erie, and he swapped places with he swapped
Garrow's
places with his arm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I probably should have had this map prepared earlier. But Morgaine, you feel a sudden chill, or you would if you were a person. You of course do not. As you reappear on the other side of a very familiar-looking room that has a combination of good and bad memories, I would say overall for you.
Mixed emotions.
Seems like it was just an hour ago. Or a day ago.
Are we synced up? Like, are they in the Feywild now?
No. We are still about 5.5 days out.
The people of Irongast got there, though. With the other end of the tapestry. That was a little while ago, though.
Upon arriving on the other side, Morgaine will do a quick check around the room. And if it's safe, he'll send a thumbs up back through the tapestry.
Well,
Yep.
Either it's fine or it cut off his arm. Either way, I've already lost one. So we go through, or I go through.
I'm moving people slowly one by one. Because this map is on the opposite side of the world.
I'm just going to go to the bathroom real quick.
It actually is on the opposite side of Rios, basically.
That's the tapestry. And one by one, you all reappear, except for Galadriel, who, of course, has never been here before, in a place that you, again, all remember well. The chilly caves that are right before the exit of the unnamed path through the Stair of Penance.
Oh, I see Garrow's blood is still here, fresh and ripe.
We
And
did tell
Saigar
them
gathers
to
it
head
up.
north, right?
Tiger licks it up.
We gave them instructions. They'd have been mixed in with the other teleporting people.
Also, of note, we are still here for another couple of days.
Yep. We don't even get to rest in our nice home.
Well, to be fair, we don't have a home just yet.
Yeah, true.
So, seeing as it's chilly and cold in here, I'm going to create a campfire.
I feel like this campaign has had a lot of camping in caves.
If we must make our night here, though, right?
That makes perfect sense to me.
We could just walk down the cave to the houses that are there.
True.
Although the spiders are still in the caves.
Yeah.
Hey, we should... I guess Kyvius would be the one to do this? Break more magic stuff?
What's there to break?
Tapestry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we not just light it on fire, or do we have to actually break it down?
No, let's break it down. Hey, listen, we're always in the market for Residium. Let's try and break it down.
True.
Do we just hang out here, though?
Oh, that's right.
Imagine...
Yeah, that's a bit awkward.
Technically, if we wanted to, we could go visit the people who talk to the sky. If we want to go on another mission.
Could also go to Battered Edge again.
Car territory is going to be a lot more dangerous.
I forgot the timeline a little bit, guys, so I apologize. There are still the shapes of Garrow and Shireen and Polo and Zalt as they lie here unconscious, as you have just finished your excursions back, and you know that your current future selves will be coming and retrieving them from these caves shortly.
Grab the tapestry and run.
Wait, there's no
if
chance
Garrow
he-
has like a coat, he's gonna drape it over him. Or not Garrow, Zalt.
That's so
Garrow
nice of
can
you.
fuck off.
Maybe if somebody's not face down on the ice.
Wait,
Yeah.
this is not our chance to take Shireen's orb, is it? Isn't it?
No, we did that on purpose, and I still stand by us not taking it.
Yeah,
All right.
we leave her alone.
All right. I had to ask.
Please stop.
I cannot. You know that's my nature, Morgan. You can refuse, but I will still keep asking.
Okay, tapestry.
Walking.
Picking it up.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the
And
houses.
Morgaine will move Zalt like right over here if possible. I will alter history.
You mad lad.
The world of
Butterfly effect.
I'll take
Butterfly
my
effect.
legacy, please.
Oh God. And it's not as comfy as you were expecting to spend the next couple days. There is the smell of a reeking, recently dead gigas just outside the front door of the building that you guys sort of make your way to throughout. It's again not how you were expecting the day to go, but as you trek back through the Stair of Penance further and further, almost like it was there on purpose. God, if my maps would stop fucking up on me. I'm not gonna move you guys. I'm sorry. You eventually do find your way back to the small little underground city, wherein it was almost like it had been put here for someone long ago, but now in this moment, Vale's obsessive city building activities pay off for you, because you will recall that these houses were designed to be lived in upon your arrival, upon anybody's arrival here. There's recent flowers that have been laid out that take on a whole new meaning now that you find yourselves here a second time. There is a tea kettle on one of the stoves that is just sitting there waiting to go, already filled with clean, fresh water that had been carted from somewhere outside of the cave.
Well, make yourselves at home. I guess I'll go try to move this corpse into a way it's not in our face.
Is it rotting or is it still kind of salvageable? From a food standpoint.
I wouldn't recommend eating it.
Okay. Just curious.
Warren warns you immediately. He says, no, whenever I messed with that corpse, it almost opened its eye in death and killed it.
Oh, right. So, Morgan, you may want to be careful as well, then.
He's dragging it by the tail.
Yeah, not the front. Don't try and eat it with your hands. It has a death laser.
He's just gonna continue dragging through this entire conversation.
Dragging it where?
Just a little bit away.
Just away from the entrance.
Like
of the houses,
away to the point where we just don't smell. Like they stop complaining about the smell. We'll throw it at the entrance of the spider cave. How about that?
Go roll it down the spider hole.
Yeah.
Don't. We haven't been there yet.
But there was a gigas hanging up down there.
Not
Huh.
in the fountain. That's our drinking water, Steel. Get that shit out of there.
Hey, so it might be the fatigue talking to me, but sleeping off some of this agony doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world.
That's the gate.
We still have some of our leftover food from our
Bottom
track
one's the gate.
don't we? The dried food that we bought back before we made our journey.
I think we got. Yeah.
We
Probably.
did buy. We bought like 2 months worth of food at that point. Remember?
Our
I don't know
food's
about
got-
you, but I'm fucking starving.
I could use something like that. I could just use. I need some time to like soak in, like, just everything.
I'll grab the house by the spider cave and keep an eye out.
Yeah, we'll have to hide when ourselves.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to do what I can with what little supplies we have, and I'm gonna kind of make some food for us.
Go back inside the building and sort of preparing to like camp out for close to a week here in the middle of ass nowhere, reminding yourselves constantly, we're kings now. This is what it's like.
We're living off food rations.
And Warren, as you at one point in time kind of go out to just try to scout out the nearby area, make sure that there's no marionette spiders that are in like your immediate vicinity and have some immediate concerns about that. And remembering again that your future selves are going to be coming this way at some point in time, and do what you can to like make sure that when that time happens, you're going to be hidden inside the building, unaware of your past selves like sneaking past here. You do what you can to sort of just like tidy the area up, and as you do so, you find a spot that Shay had of course gone off by herself to prepare for the ambush, and some of Shay's possessions had sort of like fallen out of her pockets here. There's the quill that she had used to like write the letter to you, and it's a little funny because of course it's Shay, so of course the quill that she had chosen to use was a large big black raven's feather. And you have that moment where it's almost that weird sitting there as if it was there for you to find, but again, just probably a coincidence.
I pick it up and I hold it for a second, and then I figure out a way to put it in my ever more disheveled elven hair, just somewhere in there. It's not cute like it would be on a girl or thoughtful. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're proud of yourself for not putting it in your arm as a younger Warren would have done. If there's any magic juice in there.
I thought about it, but yeah.
And you spend the next week hidden inside this cave, finally realizing that it's probably time when next we get together next week to talk to Galadriel and figure out what his place in all of this is going to end up being.
Yes. That was one of my thoughts. Now we have time. We can actually talk to Galad.
We're going to stop here, guys. Next week, I'm not going to have anything planned. I think it's going to be completely up to you guys, because from this point onwards, again, we're back to that. I have no idea where the party is going or what they are doing or what the plan is, and I don't think you guys do either.
Did we get a level?
You did not. You did not.
Did
Because that fight
we-
was so easy. I don't think it's worth the XP. But soon.
Serothian's a low XP mob.
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
Did we get some legacy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's an important thing. Okay. Yeah. Every single person gets 2 points of legacy, except for Warren. Warren, you have the choice whether or not you would like to gain this legacy.
As opposed to
getting 2 points.
Okay.
What?
Take the points. They could be anything. They could even be
be
legacy.
points.
Wait, so I can choose to take 2 legacy or not?
Yeah, but everyone else gets 2 points.
Does that mean? Do I know what that means?
Means
feels-
you can fucking like grab legacy objects and open magic ass doors.
No, I know, but choosing not to, it feels very arbitrary when I don't know what it stands for.
No,
I don't know.
he's-
Gods are mysterious.
He is doing this to you on purpose. He is fucking with you right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me think for a minute.
Legacy's not bad, right? I just
No,
It's
yeah.
like the Raven Queen took 2 away from you,
yeah.
Yeah.
and the Raven Queen's fate.
Right.
I
So
feel like this is not.
by admitting you're changing fate, that's anti-Raven Queen, I would think.
Yeah.
No. She's weird though.
Yeah, but it's not like you need it because you just crit roll anytime we come up to a magic door or item anyway.
That's true.
Yeah. I just don't know what.
I think this is a
So
specific
while
reason
he's
why he's
thinking,
asking this.
Steel.
Yeah.
So we just had a giant boss encounter. Surely we got a item from it, right?
Yeah, we got a normal sword.
Yeah.
Were you not paying attention?
I'm just harassing him because magic item heavy.
Listen,
campaign.
listen.
We got more gold that we can't spend anywhere.
When any other person has to roll legacy, it's a big deal. And when I finally get a good legacy roll, it's a plain ass sword. I am
So
keeping
it's
that
not
sword forever.
It's not a plain ass sword. I will go ahead. We've already 20 minutes past. I will throw you guys the item sheet for it for next week. It's not the crazy powerful weapon that you guys are would like to have. It's not even like a viable weapon. The random sheet got from the Feywild is better, but it is the sort of the first king that he wanted nothing more to do with. And you also have the apple that you had taken with you is worth 900 residium.
I do want to point out, can you recapture that statement knowing that I have a non-plus sword?
Oh!
Right.
Oh!
Right.
Morgan, can you roll your legacy for me?
Please roll low.
Holy shit.
Oh,
And 19.
crap.
Was never in doubt.
Cool. I'm gonna make sure that I sent you this item sheet for the sort of next game. We're not gonna do it now because people will fucking read and be like, "What does that mean?" We're not gonna do it. But I'll see you guys next week.
But I gotta see it first.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
mean.
20 minutes past.
Ah.
So mean.
It was the tapestry clothes sized?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Follow-up question on that one. What happened to the other end of the tapestry, guys?
So we
Blew it up. I gotta roll an Arcana.
See, Steel, they reached through the tapestry, grabbed the tapestry, and then pulled the other tapestry through the tapestry.
No,
yeah.
I've got it. I would have other Eerie go to the other side, pick up the tapestry, and try to go through it at the same time.
No.
As we remember that giant explosion we heard during the night.
Yeah, we had one end in Iron-Ghast, one end with us, and one end here. The Iron-Ghast people took their end here. We came here. We blow up the one that follows us here.
Medium success.
Medium
Two
success.
Residium.
Wait, did you just blow up the apple, or was that the tapestry?
No, that was the tapestry.
Tapestry.
Thank you. Fuck.
The apple is
That's-
next.
He killed
Morgan.
another one of your friends.
Oh! Point of order, I killed Morgaine, not one of his friends.
Yet.
Well, Warren's the one who's gonna be doing some impromptu surgery.
Yeah?
Really?
At least his hand is forward again.
With the Feywild flower thingy.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to do the most easy recap ever for this all combat game?
Benjamin already locked
Benji.
in.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
You have an easy act to follow, except for Wild's part, which was really good.
I'm going the Erie route. We fought, we won, it's done. It's my
Hooray.
first combat recap. I
Yeah,
am.
you gotta draw it then.
Well, we also had a 4 Vale vote from the king, right? Where he said Vale just doesn't know what he's doing. Some more insight to Vale's
I mean,
motives.
here's the thing.
A little bit out of date.
And he'd kind of lost his mind, you know?
But it was lost his mind is irrelevant. These were fragments of his memory. So that memory and that phrase was as fresh as the day he was when he had it. At least that's how I read the scene. So like where it's scattered and everything was happening out of order and in random occurrences, what they were saying was reality for what they were when they said it.
No, I understand. Warren's ridiculously annoyed. He keeps getting all this conflicting info on Vale. It's hard to know how to feel about it.
All I know is someone's pulling the strings higher than Vale.
How do you figure?
Something's.
It's just a hunch.
Just a hunch.
100% certain hunch.
100% chance.
A hunch. A hunch. A lovely eerie hunch.
Oh,
Just a bit of gut instinct for which I am 1,000% completely sure.
Also, that sword's too cool for it to do nothing.